Greetings. Greetings, everyone.
My bad.
It's okay.
All right,
So much love, man. Yeah,
we
yeah,
rolling?
yeah. Huh?
We on right now?
We are live.
What is up?
What is up, everyone? A couple administrative things, my friends. I hope y'all signed the NDA on the way in to this channel. For those new here, we do have a coat hanger. It's at the entryway, so please use that to suspend all of your paradigms, parameters, bias at the entryway. You can put those wet blanket veils back on when you leave if you wish. And yeah, man, so much love. So, all right, Chris. Um, just like we rehearsed. Okay, we've been rehearsing this show for a long time. So let's go.
Real long time.
Real long time. This is your IRS agent's favorite podcast, and this is your government's favorite show. For those that don't know.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So shout out to all the ops out there.
How you guys doing?
So, how you guys doing?
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining. Tell your friends. Yo, check this out. I want to give a testimonial of someone that has tapped into the Ronin experience and her what the value that she's gained. Um, and if that's okay, Chris.
Absolutely.
Dude, Esme, shout out Esme. She tapped in to the Ronin experience telegram that went dark last year. She got in at the tail end and gobbled up all kinds of information, right? And she's been tapped into the Ronin experience YouTube channel now. She has been reaping real, actual life changing gnosis that has been shared. Financially, she's been moving up the ladder, okay? And soon, by the end of the year, dude, she will not only have improved her situation, but will be able to improve all those around her, yo. Like, imagine, right? Like, by the end of the year, you're Esme, right? You're sitting there, you're Esme, you're like, yo! And you got that underground money, yo. And then all of a sudden, like, your favorite aunt, right, reaches out to the fam and goes, yo, I got a bad foot. I need a new foot. You know what I'm saying? And then Esme responds like, "Hey, you're my favorite aunt. I would love to help you out with this whole foot situation. What's it gonna cost?" And like, it's like in her aunt's like, "Oh, you're my favorite niece. My right foot just needs to get. I just need a new foot, a new right foot. It's just not working out for me. And for $400, they do have a foot, but it's like a left foot. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
And
a
I don't want
peg.
to be walking around two left feet.
Yeah, no peg legs.
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, well, how much for if you can they get you a right foot for your right foot? And they're like, yeah, that's gonna be like 500. And Esme's like, no problem. And then they're like, yo, but they only have like, I want the same skin, I want the same palette, like the same like paint swatch, like Home Depot
Yeah, we're not
color.
doing oak, like natural oak or anything like that. We want to match
Yeah,
skin colors here.
yeah, no natural oak. You know what I mean? We're a cedar. You know what I mean? At least get
If
cedar.
anything.
Yeah. So what's that going to cost extra to get the skin complexion correct? And they're like, okay, that's going to be another 50. All right, we're at 550. That's cool. And then her aunt's like, but my foot shoe size is like a size 8, and they're probably going to give me like a size 12. And then what am I going to have to do? Buy 2 pairs of shoes for the rest of my life and get one from each? It's
That'd be
crazy.
insanity. Yeah.
That'd be insanity.
Who wants to
So
deal?
that's like, all right, let's get, what do we want? A right foot with this right cedar color. That's a size 8. What's that going to run us? All right, now we're up to 700, my darling. Like, okay, 700, no problem. We got this. And also, if you throw in another 20, it comes pre-pedicured and it's cleaned up. It's nice. Like, all right, bet, yo.
Oh yeah.
Here's 720. Get yourself a new foot. Okay. She's able to help out her family member. Now her aunt has got the new foot. It's cool. It's a little different shade. It might be like a Filipino foot. And then Esme's like, by the way, Auntie, where do these feet come from? And her auntie's like, listen, this is South Africa. We don't ask questions like that. You know what I mean? And her aunt's walking around with like, she loves her new foot because it's got that like Filipino slim hat. You know, it's got a nice sheen to it. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
man, yo, she's walking around with like one open toe shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to show off her new foot. And she's tap dancing around, you know. And then she goes to Esme. By the way, my darling, I love this new foot. Is there any way I could get a second foot to match my new foot? I want a whole, because you know, Chris, like, have you ever had like a bad tire on your car? Like, do you just want to buy one?
Nah, man. You want more than one. You want multiples. Kind of like a replacement toothbrush head, you know?
Yeah, you got to replace them all. You need the whole set replaced.
Gotta catch them all, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So then her aunt's like, but honey, can I get another foot? Because I just want them to match. And she's like, yeah, okay. What's that going to be? Well, guess what? You know, I'm a customer, so the next foot is half off. Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, here's 300 and some change. Bet.
Perfect.
So her aunt gets her another foot. Now they both match. Now she's walking around with two beautiful new feet. You know what I mean? Walking around like open toe shoes and barefoot, or not even barefoot. She wants to protect these new feet. And so all that to say, like if you support this channel, yo, and you hit the big toe on your way in, subscribe, share, and so that way you can also position yourselves to perhaps buy a loved one's augmented body parts. I'm just
There
saying.
it is. That's what I'm saying. I like that.
Share the channel.
Share it out. And eventually we'll also be getting, if we haven't already, we'll be getting a positive review and feedback from the Red Cross and other organizations like that who are providing these body parts, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know.
Because they have more customers.
Inventory.
Yep. Exactly.
What's up, Mitchie 450? Welcome, yo. Yeah, man. So like, what was I gonna say? So like, imagine like when I think about 2025, right? In very real things. Well, I've been trying to prepare everyone for what's happening now. I've been literally trying to prepare people, not just the woo woo, and I'm trying like in very practical means using the code for utility, yo. And yo, Chris, I've shared crypto things in going, hey, the cycle. There's a timing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, if you want to benefit, tap in. And I'm in high-minded communities, and I'm like, oh, and like some dorks will be like, oh, you sound like the rest when you talk about, oh, there's not much time. You need to get into this now. It's, you know, when I say that, it's not like one of those going out of business furniture places that's 50% off that's been going out of business for 20,000 years. You know what I mean? I mean, like there's actual knowing where you are in the cycle within cycles to benefit from that gnosis is what I wanted to share.
It's just common sense with the market. It should be common sense at this point. It's acting like a market would. There's just different time cycles in the market. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, just like what do we have? We had the .com bubble. I'm not saying this will be a bubble, but there's time to make your money, and there's times where you're not going to make money. And if you want to have your freedom, you're gonna have to have money. That's just the way it is.
The cool thing about markets, and also if you follow that .com thing, it follows the 7-year Shemitah thing. Exactly. The thing about knowing this, that's using the code for utility. 2021 was a Shemitah year. You know, the next one's 2028. So, and knowing the cycles, and the beauty about quote unquote the financial side, it's so easy because they operate in actual numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fantasy woo-woo. It's like literal number. You can back test this. So, and so for those types of naysayers that speak from the straight up ignorance, like real hardcore ignorance, right? They're so flipping dumb. Others in that herd, in a herd, whatever that herd may be, even if it's an esoteric herd, they won't take advantage of the gnosis that I dropped because they look left and right, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I even had people, Chris, tell me like I sound like a black Hebrew Israelite, and I'm
Why?
like, yeah,
Why? Why is that?
because I'm talking about America being Egypt and all that.
That's well, I
But the
mean,
Moors are off. Like they're off. They're not far off, but they're a little bit off. So if someone think, so it'll be like, and these will be like Christian time. These will be like
well,
I'm
it's not.
into.
It's not like you're not open-minded either.
Oh, I
Like
know.
where they're like militant about their shit.
They're militant about it. They love it. They love their ideals, Christopher. That's what you don't grasp. Even in the alternative esoteric occult side, they love it. Right? And
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah.
always talk about. Where do your thoughts come from? Oh, my thoughts come from the Blavatsky dude. That dude. That man who
Steiner.
dresses like and
Oh,
Steiner.
I mean, he technically is a Blavatsky guy too. I think in a
The
way.
problem is him, Blavatsky. When I say him, the guy who pretended to be a woman. If you're going to believe that person, and Steiner and a couple others, they actually received their information from like a similar Tatarian, so-called Tatarian shaman. They
Oh
received.
yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I mean even Steiner had his like his main teacher was like a non-educated gardener. That was
Yeah,
just like
and that thing had a name. Let me see. I can
yeah.
find it.
They never name him. We don't really know who the guy is. There's a few like occultists who then come after that kind of
Well, I
lead
got
them
his name.
along the way. But
Thakur Gulab La Singh. Thakur is Blavatsky and Steiner's teacher.
oh, so that's okay. That's one of their mutual teachers. There was one when Steiner was a kid though, and I don't know if that's the same guy or if that's a different guy because this guy was only like, I think he would teach him while he took train rides to Vienna or somewhere in Germany. Like when he was a little kid, he was going from Austria to somewhere.
Yeah. And bro, and that dude I just mentioned, he got his information from Noble Drew Ali. And that is where most of the Moors get their information from.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this new age scammers, and they're scammers. I mentioned already, you have a guy putting on a dress calling himself Madame Blavatsky. Okay, these are scammers. And that's where the source of a lot of this intel comes from. As well as the Moors are off too. The problem is everyone has good intentions and they're trying to find things, but you know, a lot of that stuff is unfortunately the sources, which this is the Boil It Down channel, are you have to discover that. Like
Yeah.
that whole Indian stuff, we're gonna destroy
Well,
India tonight.
well, yeah, and actually not to keep. I always defend Steiner because I do like Steiner, and not to always defend him. But I think that's why Steiner always kept leaving these groups. It kind of kept being like he was what's the word, disenchanted by like what he was finding out as he kept going. And I think that's why eventually he writes that Philosophy of Freedom book, which is all really about learning through intuition. And it's kind of using your own, and which is like exactly kind of what we do here.
Yeah, and what's funny is, you know how like when you mentioned some Steiner ideas, I'm like, yo, I was just saying that the other day.
Yeah.
I haven't read his books.
Yeah, he winds up dipping out almost all those organizations because he just is like, you know, this is happening there. They're fucking trying to make this kid into a messiah over here. Blavatsky's lost her fucking mind out here and trapped by the Indian occultists.
Yeah. So who knows if he realized he was getting some false intel and his intentions were good, but
I think he was poisoned. That's why I think he died so young from whatever the hell was going on with his stomach.
Everything you said that he's brought up, I've been like, yo, that resonates with me. you know.
Yeah, and even when the story too, when he gets first poisoned, because he did get something happened at a party where he like drank something and he's with a bunch of other people and his wife, and he then goes, "Did any of you?" He like knocks all the drinks out of their hands. He's like, "You did any of you drink anything?" And he's just like happy no one else drank anything, but he did, and that eventually he dies like not too long after that from whatever the hell is fucking up his stomach so bad. After giving like 6 lectures in a day too, which is insane.
I mean, if I was him, I'd probably be on some heroin, back in the day.
I I don't know how the hell he did it, man. I don't know.
I'd be like, I need that strong. That was popular back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. I know. And I don't even think he used anything like that either, from what at least from what I read. I don't know how he would be able to work like he did if he did something like that.
Well, I don't
But
know at all. I'm
that's
just
but that's why he died so young, I think, too.
yeah. Yeah, man. So everyone out there, well, have fun in your echo chambers. If you're stuck in old stuff, you're done. If you're stuck in pre-2020 thoughts, you're done. If you're not prepared to get the information I'm about to share, you're done. If you think this October, November that I got lucky, and all the very, very small amount of people that have received and tapped into the Ronin experience, got lucky, you're done. I've tried to help people. This is 2025. I've been yapping about it for years. I've also been the homie Mystic Anon. We've been preparing for these lunar cycles of 2025 since 2 years ago. We've been planning our moves 2 years ago for this year now. Not talking about it, not sharing, oh, look at this woo-woo talk. No, we've been literally positioning ourselves to make the most out of 2025 because we knew exactly what was coming. Maybe not the super small and nuanced details, but as an overview, knew exactly what was coming, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys might have got out even a little bit early. It seems like shit's still going up a little bit before it's going to start dropping.
It's going to drop.
Like, I think, is ETH? Yeah, ETH, I think just today is now at another all-time high, but I know it's going to drop off soon.
Like, that's on the daily. You're going to see a few daily pops along the way.
Yeah.
And even right before the lunar eclipse in September 9th, 10th, you're going to see a couple days, probably a little pump. Because I saw it last 4 years ago.
Bad. Excuse me on the info. Not all-time high, but just it's at a high since back in 2021 when it was at like almost 5K.
Yeah, you're going to see little pop-offs.
Yeah.
You're not going to see the whole market move, and you're going to see 40 to 50% dips during the eclipse, and it's going to start now. Just like it started in March, if y'all want to back test what we're saying.
Yep.
March lunar eclipse, go back into February, 45 days before that lunar eclipse, and then let me know what the charts look like. And then let me know 45 days after that eclipse, let me know what the charts look like.
Right around my birthday at the end of March, it dips from I'm just on the ETH chart, and you can see ETH go from like 3,700 to 1,500 almost.
We were calling it. Yeah. We were calling it. Know where you are in the cycle. So if you're some dork out here going, yeah, oh my, you ain't a decoder. You're not an alchemist. You're a nothing. And the problem is others in the herd listen to you and they don't benefit because they hear naysayers. And that's their problem too.
Yeah.
So if you're tapped in, and then Esme's been full on tapped in and supports everyone connected with the Ronin experience, and she's coming to a position where she can buy her family members new body parts if they want.
Exactly. And listen, everyone. I understand everyone's hesitancy with crypto. I get it. I'm not the hugest fan of it, but I mean, we don't really. I feel like we're at a point where we don't have a choice with it at this point.
There's one being chained to the block, Chris, and there's another. But I'm also a digital I can ghost. I'm so ghost on the internet, except for this YouTube thing and Telegram.
Yeah.
I'm so ghost. My finances. You do not know nothing that's happening with my finances. where it
Then
goes
and
out.
that's the thing. There are ways to get around some of the issues a lot of you have, and then the other people who like are the more Sabrina Wallacey type followers who listen to what she says, and I think she's right about a lot of stuff she says. If that is the case, then we're all already part of the cloud at
Bro,
this point, anyways.
what y'all don't even know, in the UK, you're gonna have to KYC on Monday, this Monday,
Yeah.
to even get
So
on the. They want to know who you are before you get on the internet, and
there you
that's on
go.
Monday. That's on the
So
28th.
my point is, would you rather be in a position where you could actually have a little bit of money to get like create freedom for yourself in one way or another, or are you going to start off in the worst case scenario?
Yeah,
At
you're
this
gonna sit in
point, I
your
feel like
pretend
it's
your
just
pretend
common
virtue.
sense. Yeah.
You got kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews. You're gonna sit. What'd you do during 2020? What'd you do during 2025? What'd you? I just went along with it. It was the easiest thing to do because I don't care. I quote unquote don't care. No, you're a bitch ass coward. So like I'm out here teaching people and I hold some real hardcore stuff close to my vest, Chris, when it comes to really going at it like offensively. You know what I mean? I hold
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that close to my chest, but defensively, I shared VPN that you could pay with Pirate Chain, which is the most private out there. So no one knows anything and there's no thing related. Dude, there was a lawyer recently. He was in that Canadian trucker thing a few years ago. He
Yeah.
just got arrested the other day. Why? Because he donated to the thing. So y'all don't know these transparent blockchains. You go, I'm not into crypto. Oh, you will be. Okay. So you better have the power.
Yeah. I mean, for a
Or
while, that was like what McCaffrey was saying Monero was, but I think he even got caught with the using
well,
that chain.
McAfee, yeah, but that was then, and Monero was cool then. He also was
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Monero's compromised.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's
Exactly.
got tail emission. It's compromised. So Pirate Chain's the only one, which is the one I've been pushing since
Mm-hmm.
2020,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been ramping it up. So if y'all don't, I'm not into it. If you're not into it, let's pretend you're in the UK. You're done. Let's pretend you're in the EU coming up in October when they go to CBDCs. You'll be on the blockchain and you're going to be fudged. Okay.
And now
And
don't
because you
and
haven't been
don't
tapped into this channel and you've been trying to pretend an ostrich. I've been saying out here for 2 years straight. There's either parrots or ostriches. If you're an ostrich and thinking you can stick your head in the sand, dude, Chris, I had one cat in another thing in the same group where they call me a black Israelite. They also was like, well, I'm just gonna barter. If you fix my thing, I'll fix your thing. It's like, are you
Guys,
11 years
that
old?
was mine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think keeping a mixed bag of the economic options is always the best. Just like having a mixed portfolio in a if you were an investor would probably be the safest bet. Having a mixed bag of things you could pay people with, whether that's cash, because I don't think cash is going to necessarily totally go away for a little while at least. Things to trade, gold,
Yeah, I mean, you're
silver,
talking
like
to a
there's
guy that was,
have
brother.
a couple different things to, you know what I mean, but don't necessarily just say one is evil and one is good, because it's all in the end you're doing pretty
Oh
much,
yeah,
it's
brother,
all
you're talking to
currency.
someone,
Mhm.
Chris. I was in the silver, physical, holding my silver in
Yeah,
2005. I was stacking silver. I rode the wave buying silver at $4 to $47, 47 for silver in 2000, and it went to 2008 and then it dropped. I'm in when it comes to that freedom shit, there ain't nobody out here like me. I ain't out here talking smack either. This is real. I've been a I've been a dissident for 20 years now. Blockchain stuff is just another iteration of the same stuff. And again, from the entire Genesis block of this show, you know what I mean? For those that have been tapped in, to this cast, you're gonna crush because you're gonna be a leader in your Taurus field of others. Chris, this is not pretend talk out here. And again, this is why I'm always talking about other people like, yo, Y'all following these other people. Have they really benefited your life in a real way? Are they with you now today? Talking about how to get your private chain, pirate chain is the move right now. Real VPNs, decentralized VPNs is the move right now. Shoot, I mentioned the Telegram group today. I shouldn't have, but I mentioned about getting I don't even know if I should say how to KYC. Oh, how do I even say this? With AI generated, I'm gonna whisper it. With AI generated IDs, y'all even know about that?
Mm.
I got
There you go.
I got a friend. I got a friend that has AI generated IDs that can KYC. Do
That's what
y'all?
I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Y'all
saying
have
right there. That's like
bills at your house? You have quote unquote bills that push to that same address? I'm a German. I'm a Malaysian. Y'all don't
that's the
even know.
move.
Y'all don't even know the
Now
level of what I do.
that's dissident right there. That's what if you really want to be
Yeah.
buckling what the system because you don't agree with it. That's how you should be making moves because that's the only way around it at this point.
And the
No one's
naysayers are
creating
going
enough.
to say,
These parallel systems aren't going to shoot up by themselves.
yeah. Oh, bro, I'm bad. They will not win as far as I'm concerned. And my daughter's into. She's down too.
We got
I
to
call her
start.
Matt.
People got to start thinking more like a double agents, almost triple agents,
Bro,
like they're
I've
infiltrating
always
something. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's why I still live in California because I don't care about living in the middle of this beast with these
bro,
zombies out here.
I've been an espionage spy like since the beginning, and I've been a spy for a kingdom of population one of
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Everywhere I've been, like you have no I'm like I really mean that. I've spied on. I remember like wherever I would have a job. Like I remember I was like 19. I got a job at like a moving furniture and stuff, right? And they had a warehouse. People, I was constantly watching how does this business work, right? Every
Mm,
single thing. If I was at a burger joint, I'd be like, where's these burgers coming from? You know, everything is a spy. Like
yep.
I've been a spy my whole life. So this digital shit, I've been trying to help people, and the problem is, if the masses, it's kind of like that whole 2020 thing. If everyone goes with the bullshit, it sucks for everybody else. So I've
Yep.
been trying to share this to get everybody dialed in to up their digital. You're going into a digital thing, so increase your digital shit.
Well, just
That
like I mean,
includes
people are going
what's more
along with
important
the
than financial. Like literally,
nothing.
what's
Yeah,
more important?
nothing.
Privacy, financial privacy. Now, Chris, if you're dealing in crypto and it ain't pirate chain, I'll be 100% honest with you. I can find out exactly how much you have and exactly every single person you've done business with.
Yeah,
And I'm just a dude sitting here blazing,
yeah.
talking. And that's just me. I type
Anyone
in
can. Yeah, I mean,
I'll type in your address in
anyone
the
should be
Google.
able to at this point.
Yo, give me your XRP address. I'll type it in the Google and I'll tell you everything. You can
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
Anyone
yeah.
out there.
I'd highly recommend while you're using these alternative coins for now, before moving it over to a private chain, to have multiple wallets and addresses scattered all over the place if you can.
100%.
That's kind of what I do now. But I was gonna say, even people going along with this, like as much as I'm saying, yeah, this one thing might be something to think about doing to mix up your how you're looking at your finances at the same time, then don't go straight along now with the real ID.
Nah, yo,
You don't need to do that.
I'm battling it.
I don't have it.
Oh, I don't have it either. But if you just if you're in the U.S., look up your state, your whatever state you're in, and type in digital IDs, and you'll see where they all have a move to push it.
Yeah.
Now,
And it's
me,
still, and also
this
when
year comes
when you go to the airport, stop letting them take. It's optional still right now to get facial scanned
oh, if you're in
25
the
times. Keep
dude, if
telling them
you're on
no.
your phone and doing your face picture or your thumbprint, you're done already. You
Yeah,
should
turn
probably,
that shit off here too. That's
yeah,
ridiculous if
you're
you're
done.
still doing that.
You're done. You're done. Um, I called my daughter a couple years ago because she was in a painting group and they were working on painting eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
And she like took a picture of her eye. Like people were taking pictures of their eyes and sending them in, and I shut it down. I was like, hey, I got really upset actually, overly upset for a 10-year, 11-year-old. You know what I mean? She's just playing in online art, and I was like, yo, do not take a picture of your eyeball and put it online, yo.
It's interesting. I wonder, I don't really know this information, but I wonder if after like 7 years, if your eyeball changes enough to where they'd have to rescan it.
Dude, I'll go. I mean, I'll get new eyeballs, bro. I'll get
Well,
contacts.
and at
Like,
this point, the biometrics aren't even just looking at your eyeball; it's your whole face, because there'd be so many ways around the eyeball
they
thing
probably hate
already.
you, man. They probably hate
They're using lidar on a lot of the phones, like so it's like doing they're hitting all those green dots that come out when you're looking at it through night vision or whatever,
you.
and
Oh,
they're scanning your whole entire face. If you're using your phone, if the newer Apple phones at least do that.
oh man, yeah, man. So y'all gotta, and I talked on this before, Chris, here with you with me, and you notice a lot of people again, I already mentioned this before. The sheep are done. I don't even care. I'm not even talking to sheep. I'm really just talking to quote unquote those that consider themselves in the esoteric type realms, where they go, I don't care. They already have everything. It's like, bro, I'm going to make it difficult as I can. Just because someone knows some stuff about me doesn't mean I'm just going to give up. I'm going to be like, okay, you know a couple things about me, but I'm going to hide up as much as I can.
Yep.
I at 9:30 I might go and eat some ice cream. I'll go to I'll sneak to the kitchen and eat some ice cream when I shouldn't. You know that. Okay, cool. But you don't know that now at 9:30 I don't get ice cream. I do push-ups, or something. You know what I mean? Like you don't
Gotta
need to
switch it
know.
up. Gotta
Switch
switch
it
it up.
up.
And don't let your Apple Intelligence be turned on to watch everything you're doing.
Apple Intelligence, your Gemini AI, your whatever phone. Get Graphene OS on your phone. Oh, if you're an Apple user and you share all you're done too. You should probably you're done. You're not cool. You're done. Unfortunately, so I would recommend getting off of that and being full on independent. If you're a homesteader and you have that mentality, why are you not a digital homesteader? Why are you not digitally also tactically channeling your
Uh,
digital? Like I don't
but
know nothing. Like
by the
all
way,
you
I need to get the info on the Graphene OS from you. I have an old iPhone, but I've never had the artificial intelligence on, never had the face scanner on, I've kept Siri off for the whole entire time since I've got it. But I need to change the OS because I know they're gonna keep updating it to a point where I can't avoid it anymore if I don't.
yeah, I don't know. I would go to their site, just Graphene OS, go to their website and see what phones they support.
Yeah,
It
I
is
got the 11 Pro still, so I don't know if that's like too old. Hopefully, I don't think so. I would assume the
old
older
fine.
ones are better.
Old's fine, yo.
Yeah,
And then you should all have two phones. Like you should all have
yeah.
your I'm in the Matrix phone and your I'm
Yep,
not in the Matrix phone.
exactly. That's
You know,
100%. I don't know if people know, but this, speaking of phones, and I took a video of this on the phone that I own now, not too long ago with my other phone, using my night vision like a monoscope that I had. I put it over the camera lens on the other phone that I have, and I filmed it. When you open your iPhone, if you don't have this part covered, there's a infrared pulse that keeps flashing in the front of it, where like not on this, it's on the opposite side of where your face camera would be, like on the opposite side of your speaker on the screen side, and it just keeps going off. Like so, you're getting hit with this infrared pulse that you can't see unless you have night vision goggles on it,
yeah.
and it just keeps going the whole time using the phone,
And
unless
that's
it's
real.
covered.
And that's real.
Yeah, it's insane.
I've seen those videos. I haven't
Yeah.
done the test myself, but I've seen the videos.
I tested it myself because I didn't necessarily believe it right when I just saw the video, so I wanted to see, and I was like, holy shit! Imagine what the hell that's doing to people.
Bro, there's vids from years ago of a guy holding his regular cell phone in one hand and doing like an electricity test on like a multimeter on the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
It going off. Also,
Yeah.
if y'all don't know, You better swap all your computers to Linux. In October, Windows 11 will be like quote unquote mandatory, meaning Windows 10 won't be supported, and Windows 11 does keyloggers, which means knows all your every 4 seconds, evidently, probably faster. It takes a snapshot, a screenshot of your computer. So it will know all your passwords because it will install a keylogger, and it will know everyone you do and talk to and everything. Your computer will not be your own. It is owned by them, and that is in their legalities also. So if y'all don't switch to Linux by October, you're done. The EU people, if y'all don't get with Pirate Chain by October, you're done because you're on CBDCs. Those in the US, the Genesis Act,
Dunzo.
You're done.
You're done.
You need to be prepared. Now, this is crunch time. Now, a lot, I've been trying to maneuver and change my ways since last year to prepare for now, literally. This is not a surprise attack. This has been very well known, and the year 2025 has been very well known. And here on the Ronin Experience, we've been covering this stuff since the very beginning in one form or another. Now, some people, you might have a problem searching my videos because I'm a decoder and I don't speak in plain text. I don't put my YouTube titles in plain text. They are encrypted. Now, I've heard other so-called high-minded people, when I mention crypto, they go, crypt, like it's some bad thing. But you take 2 seconds to look into the word crypt, you'll find, and that's so lazy, but you'll find that crypt is where secrets are hidden, treasures that are not for the normies, aka encryption, aka if you have AES 256 encryption, no one can decrypt that. That's where the information is hidden from those that don't deserve it. So if you're using encryption, they want to navigate that, the lizards, is at your device level. So they'll get your info that you're tappity in before it gets encrypted because they have your systems are compromised. So any dork out there that thinks the word crypt is bad, that's lazy. That's lazy to me. So absolutely. Crypto is good. That's where secrets, gnosis, and treasures reside that are not put out in plain text for non-decoders to grasp. That's the same thing with my titles. So when I say I've talked about something before and you go, I never heard that, it's because it's mingled into these 1.5, 2 hour TRE experiences, and I self-destruct a lot of my stuff because I don't feel like it should be out there for everyone.
Yeah, I know, and I'd also suggest that I understand like people are sick of the secrecy that some of these societies and fraternal orders and royal families and bloodlines that say they're royal but have just run shit forever, how they are crypto, whatever you want to call them, or they're cryptologists, or they've been running the world based on cryptology and what's the other word? The imagery that's encrypted, because it's like the same thing John D was kind of doing. Not cryptology, but steganography. So you got these occultists using steganography and cryptology, and you're like, well, there should be no secrets like that, but secrecy also is privacy. And everyone should be able to have privacy.
Yeah.
Because without that, that's what they're trying to take away from everyone, is their privacy. And they're just trying to maintain it for themselves.
Bro, I don't have curtains on my windows for nothing.
Yeah. And by the way, I just actually found that old video I have of my phone. If you guys want to see it, I could actually pull it up really quick. When I was using the night vision scope to get the flashing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me get a good section of it because I have a few of them. Hold on one second.
Let me know when you're ready. So I mean, for real, it's funny, Chris, I feel like I've had to dumb down my comments on the only place I really comment, and that's Telegram, because people weren't getting it, and I shouldn't be dumbing down my comments because I have a grimoire and I break things down syllable by syllable, and we're going to go over this. You guys are going to see, right? You're going to see exactly what I mean. If you've been around, you know exactly what I mean. And what's funny is it coincides with a lot of these authors, and I don't read their stuff, and it just syncs up. So my grimoire is constantly it's its own, and it's evolving, and it goes through. It's like Slick Discipline, right? He has his own way of writing and sharing, and what he has is, I'm using him as example. Shout out Gabriel, Slick Dissonant. Gabriel has a thought. He wants to share it. He sends it through the Slick encoder. And on the other side, it comes out dissonant, encrypted. And that's his grimoire. And you have to, know how to read the code. Mine's the same way. It goes through the Ronin randomizer and comes out a certain way. And not everyone fully gets it.
Feel you, bro. And, they can't blame you for that. It's laziness, You got to go back. Trust me. It's, especially like with Gabe's stuff because Gabe has more stuff online still than you do. And I remember when I started listening to Gabe's stuff before I met you, I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about at first half the time.
No,
I had to intuit a lot of that shit and go back and learn whatever his hobo code was that he uses, because we all use hobo code in a way because we all learned we had to.
Oh, bro, I saw I was watching this one YouTube vid. These guys in jail, they learned the white dudes learned Gaelic, and they spoke in Gaelic. That was like
there we go.
Yeah, that was their clique's way of communicating, and they were like, what the fudge are these people saying? So like Gabriel, I would watch his YouTube vids, and I'd be like, yo, I totally get what he's saying. For like the first 2 minutes, I'm like, oh, I'm right there with you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then I notice it's minute 6 or 7, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know what's being shared or said or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fast forward a few months, now I'm at like minute 8, and I'm like, oh, I totally grasped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. And then of course, minute 18, I'm like, what the fudge is happening? So I've been able to now, it's like meditating, right?
It's the same as like reading like the mystery religions and like trying to talk to someone about the occult and these occult practices people like these certain groups do. If people have never looked at the occult, they have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You sound like you're insane. You're like, what? They're like, what? The ritual of Osiris and blah blah blah. What are you talking about? But like after they get a little bit exposed more and more to these mythologies these groups have either created or have embedded themselves into, it's just starts to be like a intuitive understanding of things.
Definitely. Yeah. Man. And when I've been using the term tapped in lately. I think tapped in is a nice way of saying it for me right now.
Yeah, I like that.
When you're just tapped in, and Chris, if you say something that might be obscure to like anyone out beyond, that's totally lost. Like all of them, all of them. And but say something that's obscure to them, and to me, I said, yeah, these are just talk. This is how we talk, So keep going, please. You know what I mean? Yeah. I won't jam you up, because how do you get jammed? You can't even get to the meat if you get jammed up.
Exactly.
Arguing about some silliness. Like for me, Chris, it's hard. So that's why I want everyone to be a decoder. I want everyone to be their own programmer, their own guru, their own whatever. So like you automatically know what anyone says, not just me, anyone. And it's like, let's say it has the letter P, and okay, bet that can be interchangeable with the letter F. Now let's go further. You go, okay, there's a letter K. You go, cool. K can be a G. It can be a CH. It could be a C. It could be a whole bunch of things. Mm-hmm. So you have to be your own alchemist to go, okay, how's this being used here? And you can remove things. And that's why you got to go you have to go sound by sound by sound, syllable by syllable by syllable.
Absolutely.
And that's where you get Maru, Ru, Mary. Erie. Erie. Erie Lake, Ireland, Ireland.
See,
The word America
I
is
hope people
so.
and I hope people see what you just did there, because that's exactly like what you're talking about as well. How you
No,
bounced from one thing to the other, and how there is a thread that you used. It wasn't random.
it's not. Yes, thank you for that. And I'm just like I use that as an example, but America's so loaded and layered. It's like a seven layered. It's so layered, bro. Mount Meru and all that's like you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
the Mu, the whoever Amorites, Ites, and
Yep. Yep.
Tis, like at Atlan, Tis, and like Kel, Tick, the Tis, and these other things they're suffixes, they're suffixes. They're to fix the message that is showing the Su. So they're fixing. So the Kel, you can remove the C. You can put a K in there. The
Mm-hmm.
Chaldean, eons is also another Greek addition. So you have the Cal that they know in the Bible, right? In that stuff, all that stuff, Chaldeans, Celtic, Celtic, Ireland, etc. Chaldeans, etc. Remove both prefixes. You have the exact same word. Now I think we can all, and the Kel, we're all over the place, but obviously Erland. And they had outside of that, I showed the Ethiopian Sea the other day, which was the south. If you look above the equator, it's called the Celtic Sea. All that whole coast is called the Celtic Sea at one point on an old map. So the Celtics are the Chaldeans. When you read the Bible, I'm sure a lot of people didn't think about factoring Ireland was a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you don't read the Bible or the Torah or the any of the other ones
Oh yeah, and if you
and have Ireland in the back of your mind.
if you start looking at some of the stuff, even Deb, we were talking about last week, I feel like with the the goddess Danu, the Danu,
Yeah.
right? Like that's all. If you really start looking at that mythology of the Fae folk and Danu and Anu, and you start
Yeah.
really looking at it, a lot of it lines up with Hebrew. So like you're going to see a lot of Christian,
True.
Judeo-Christian sort of ties right in with the Irish mythology that was likely an intermixing of mythologies.
Bro, I want to get into the Ru in the Ru in the Hebrew. And bro, what's his name? The Red, the Viking dude, something the Red. Eric the Red.
Eric the Red, right? Yeah.
Eric the Red. Why was his name Red? And also, if I was to just throw at you, hey, there's a bunch of like red colored skinned peoples, what would you think of? You'd think of Northeastern America.
Usually, I was going to say Indians, yeah.
Indians.
Like Native American Indian types who, I guess that's what they would be considered
Red,
today. Yeah.
That's what the image that would come to your mind.
Yeah,
So
that's the image
why
that they...
would Eric the Red from the land of Erie, let's go backwards. Lake Erie, Ari, it's all over the place, right? All connected.
Now, people also want to bring up red hair. The Native Americans also have red hair. Some of them do. So that's also, yeah.
Bro, they're the feathered people. They're the serpent people. They're the Naga. They're the Sioux. They're like the Sumerians. Murray, America. You know what you got to do to make America Sumeria? Just put an S in front of the A. You already have Sumerica. You got Sumeria.
Yeah.
Just put an S. Man, don't take my word for it, bro. Hold on, dude. But they just put an S or remove an S. It's on some other shit, dude. Here we go. I found it, bro. Watch this. Exactly what I'm saying. It's not even on purpose. Like I did this by accident. Now hold on. Let me share.
And then after that, before we move on too far, I got that quick cell phone video for people to see what the hell is blasting them in the face. I don't know if you want to do that right after you do this. We'll do that
Okay,
real
here we go.
fast.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let me remove and let me
Yeah,
share.
let's do this real
All
quick.
right,
It's only 30
go for it.
seconds long. So this was 2023, I think I did this thing, or 2022 after seeing one of those videos. And I'm using my second phone to film my first phone. It's a little like shaky at first, but I leave it open and you'll start seeing a flash, which it shouldn't be doing. This is not a flashlight or anything. This is actually an infrared light. It's going to come up white though through the phone when I'm, and you'll start seeing the flashing now. It turns off. I have to do it a few times because it only really works when you're looking at it when it's on. So you see how it's flashing like that? That's infrared light flashing at you whenever you're looking at your phone and it's on. And then what I do is
Yo,
I close it here because closing it is keeping the screen on,
yeah,
and it's flashing. You see it? That's
and
an
it's
infrared light that just is flashing, thinking that I'm looking at the screen right now. You can't
uh,
see that light without the black and white, without the night vision black and white. You cannot see that. It is invisible to your eye.
guys. So I work a lot. You know what's kind of incorporated in what I my thing is fiber optics, right? So you have just a fiber optic cable, whatever. But all that is light pulsing at a certain, but it's like Morse code, but for like light, but like a little more quick, a little more sophisticated than Morse code, but the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's light. All that is light. So, and that's how the internet works. That's how we're talking. Video, live video, messages, text, whatever. So when I see that blinking, 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 and it's all the time, and no one thinks about it, it's
Yeah.
every single moment your phone is there and
Here,
you look at it.
let me
So that
share
means
the end one. Let me share the end one more time, and I'm gonna go through it real slow at the end.
that show is watching you, right? So maybe, and I'm just posing, perhaps it's sending a specific data message to you unknowingly, which is
See,
fucking, which is super.
yeah, and this is invisible. You cannot see. This is infrared. This isn't your camera's flashlight. This is an infrared light that's on the opposite side of your camera's flashlight and your camera on the front face of the phone. And you could see it being infrared when you actually put like a piece of tape or something over it that's a little tinted. You can actually start seeing the infrared light. You won't see it flashing like this, but you'll see the color like when you look directly at the light on your phone. So like
Oh,
when you just have to block it with like a piece of dark like electrical tape or something, and then it will stop.
dude, and it's
But
coming off on the side like that.
what'd you say?
Is that coming off on the side or that's on the
No,
camera?
that's the same. So it's on the right up top on the front of your front face that you usually look at on the screen, right by the speaker at the top, where right where the speaker and the camera is on the selfie camera,
Yeah.
and that speaker right at the top center. It's on the other
Yeah,
side of that.
I mean, because I just want to know, because when I'm gonna go, if I ever do unsavory activities, I'll put my phone down flat. But if it can check me on the side, but it can
See,
also just
it seems to stop when the phone is locked, but I was having it go off even when the phone wasn't locked. But this is like when the phone's locked and it's still not sleeping yet. It's going off so bright that I had to I couldn't even. It was like making my night vision camera overexposed. That's how bright it was. So
no
this is
phone.
flashing in your face at like whatever frequency it is, doing God knows what.
Guys, you go to bed. Okay, I'm gonna do this too tonight. I'm going to bed, right? I'm going to turn off. It sounds crazy, I know. Turn off my router. It's a Wi-Fi router, right? AT&T modem, and it's still a Wi-Fi thing. I'm gonna unplug the power. I'm going to not. I do this. Actually, I do this often. I don't have my cell phone in my room. I'll specifically leave it on the kitchen counter. And I've actually had I've had people call me. I couldn't get in touch with you. I'm like, bro, I'm sleeping. No, none of those night pulses going through my dream state. You know what I mean, Chris? Like sending pulses and shit.
Yeah, dude, and shit. Here, actually, one more time. Look at
But
this.
that doesn't
Actually,
cure everything. What I'm saying doesn't cure everything, but I'm trying to mitigate that damn all.
now, does anyone see at the bottom? I don't know if it's coming through on your end. Do you see? Look at the bottom of the screen. Do you see this right here?
Yeah, it's red. I can see
See
the
that
color.
red? That's the light I'm talking about. Like I guess my camera on my phone caught it. It's like it's wild that it actually did, but yeah, that's it. That's where it's coming from.
Man,
So
people are such jerks, dude.
hoping people can actually see that, but just
So
wanted to
this is
show
what
it.
I need. So this is why I need these dystopian matrix credits. Okay, I need to dope up the house. Get really a roof that's going to block all that. You know, I'll even paint it blue. You know, non La Jolla blue or whatever. Shout out to the homie.
Yeah,
You know, but like that color.
that Prussian blue that it seems to be
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, the Ronin blue. I call it the Ronin blue. And that, and like there's silver iodide paint. It's like mixed with silver. It's not even that much more expensive than it's like another $5 per thing. But you go, all right, cool, I'm set. And you paint all the outside doors, and that blocks all the signals trying to get through. It's like lead paint, or
Hmm.
get lead paint too. Paint your outside doors with lead paint. And the windows, try and get special windows. If not, you get special curtains that'll block all that out, right? No Wi-Fi router in the house, cables only. You can have a laptop. Now, if you want to get online, like you want Wi-Fi, you go, whoa, what about my cell phone? You go out on the porch. You can go out on the porch and play with that dirty energy. We'll have the whole porch rocking with certain plants that absorb bad, you know, dirty energy or toxins or whatever as
Hmm.
best we can. But yeah, and I'll also, so with that silver paint, you need a metal bar really on that paint because it is conductive, and that goes all the way to a grounding rod
Yep.
like the rest of your house. So if you ever need to ground and you're in your like bedroom, you go, dude, let me just put my hands on this metal bar, and then you paint it whatever color you want. You know what I mean? But
I think Ken Wheeler has a video on that. If people are interested, they could probably look it up on his channel, The Apophasis. He does a whole video on how you can paint your walls different ways and ground it. And yeah.
oh yeah. So where am I? So I have this video in the show notes. Shout out to homie Kurimeo. He's a real one, dude. I love his information is provided a lot. So let's go. We're at minute 127. I just want to show you the book to know for context what's happening here. The homie shares awesome. He'll crush your world too, yo. So this is from a book. Here's the name of the book. Um, here's the name of the author. Right down here, it's from like 1945.
Mm-hmm.
But and there's crushing stuff here. But on topic, that was 127. Okay, here we go. All right. So that's where this book's coming from. Now, avoid all and any. You use your own discernment. Okay. But I just want to show this one part. 127, we said. And we're going to get to this here. So, like, America, you have these places all over you, these type of names, Amar, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's serpent. You have Armorica in Brittany, which is Chaldea, which is the Celts, which is, also America. You have Amara, Syria, and Samaria. See the S, and you add the Ia, right? The Ia, which I spoke about 2 years ago on someone's channel. They're acting like I don't know anything about it. Ia, I mean. So let the homie stuff play. And sorry, I don't have the stuff, but they take the S away. So they fix these S, the serpent, the Naga, the Amori, the Amara. This is all serpent people here, guys. There's also all references to America, all over the world. And if you were in college right now, they would tell you some guy named Albert Vespucci. His real name is Albert. And yes, he's one of them people. Decided to call his middle name in this place the greatest origins and everything starting from. I'm gonna call it what do you call it? Amerigo or some nonsense. Yeah.
Amerigo, yeah.
And everyone reads that, brother, and Chris, and they put that on there. That's the answer to the test of your thing. How dumb are retards out? But I have a degree. I'm from Harvard. I'm from Harvard. I'm from, it's like, get out of here, dude. Cambridge, whatever.
Okay, that was from Amerigo Vespucci, apparently, was the story, right?
And his real name's Albert.
Yeah.
Amerigo is his own little, hey, I'm a cool, it's like his rapper name. It's like his early 1500s like rapper name. But they were already calling it America way before that nerd.
Isn't Amerigo also a like a lighthouse looking sort of structure in the UK? I can't really remember if I'm correct on that or not.
I don't know.
But speaking of rappers, it's interesting you mentioned that being like his rapper name, because we also had like the character Tupac Amaru.
Oh yeah, Tupac's his naming his names were pretty on point. It's just weird when you get into like Shakur, like the Shakura. They spell it with a CHI. It's Chikora. Think Chicago. Think Tupac Shakur. But all that's in like the Carolinas and stuff. So
Shakur. I wonder if Shakur. It almost reminds me of like a Shine.
Yeah. So this is where like some people do have some knowledge, but they mix it and mess it up. Like I'm looking at this. Remember, this is Ethiopia, Abyssinia, the abyss. We're actually talking about the abyss. Abyssinia.
Oh, and I was mentioning Tupac because there was an actual, well, at least they're saying there was an actual Tupac Amaru from the Inca or one of these tribes that was active during the Spanish, when they were Spaniards were in Peru. Back in the 1500s, who knows if it's true, but Tupac Amaru could be the source for the name Tupac in general, too, for where Tupac got his character name from, this guy.
Oh, yeah. His parents probably, I think his parents did name him that.
Yeah,
they probably got it from a historical figure.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm guessing this might be whether it's a fake historical figure, who knows, but this historical figure might be it.
Well, some of it might be true, but twisted. Everything out there, it's got, not everything, but once you boil away all the really nonsense, right? Like trusting any institutions of any kind, once you know where every single one of them came from, you go, no, some of that's okay. No, you boiled all of that away in a casting, a fire, a curing. When you cure and cast, that boils down the impurities. That's what we do here. You boil it down. You go, oh, all that is remove all the goofiness. Like I'm looking at this, brother, and I'm seeing right here, Omaha. Omaha. There was no Omaha.
Nebraska. Yeah.
I'm seeing Omaha right here. Am I off? And that's in America is Abyssinia. America is Ethiopia and Asmara, Mara.
Mm-hmm.
So Omaha, and we have a thing in Omaha, and they're calling it an ancient Abyssinia. There's an Omaha. It's like, okay, well, it's still there. Just happens to be in America, and all this other stuff. Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
From Iberia, Siberia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Samurai. Look at this. Australia. In Australia. Samurai. So, Amurai. This probably could be an S too. And the thing is, who cares? Big deal. Fun with words only. Nice word games. No, what you guys are not grasping, perhaps, I'm not trying to project, forgive me, but All of these connections here, one points to a realm-wide interconnection of things. Two, all of this did not exist before the America that we know of today. These naming conventions come from America. America is the main spot where all your occultic, Abrahamic, Buddhist, Brahma, Abraham's, whatever.
Think of even baseball. Baseball created by supposedly the Freemasons, or claimed by the Masons, at least in Omaha, and then they like put their Cooperstown, I believe, in Omaha, Nebraska, where so like they even connect their games.
Did they have? Is that where it originated?
I believe Omaha, Nebraska is eventually where either the Hall of Fame or something big eventually is put in Omaha, Nebraska. Let me see. I feel like it's good.
All those places are special. Nebraska, I'm sure, is crazy special. New.
It may not be. Yeah, it may not be Cooperstown. Maybe the Hall of Fame. Something is there that's pretty important to baseball.
Okay.
And also, not to bring up the Tupac Amaru guy again, but this is what on the legacy page.
He is a person. I've heard of him.
So, but listen to this about his legacy. Like they mention a historian with the last name De La Vega, who talks about how King Philip II disapproved of the public execution of Tupac Amaru. So De La Vega disapproved of the execution of Tupac Amaru, which is then used afterwards as a symbol of power for the people in the region. So De La Vega disapproved of the execution of Tupac. Tupac Shakur supposedly executed in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah,
and then his death is used to, not empower, to really disempower the people who were in his cultural group.
So with something like that, do you think he's still alive?
I'm not sure. I mean, who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows what happened with him? I mean, they could have just been done with him too, because he seemed like he was kind of a CIA sort of a pick, like one of their draft picks that they took out of one of the high level art schools.
Yeah, Baltimore City.
Yeah. So they might have just wanted. They might have not wanted to deal with him anymore.
Oh, they crack, bro. They can't handle it.
Yeah. Oh, it actually does say on this guy's page too that Tupac Amaru. Whoa. Okay, so Tupac's middle name was Amaru. Shakur was named after Tupac Amaru II. That's what it says about the rapper on the same page. So that's at least the story.
Yeah, bro. Look at the bottom. America, right?
Mm-hmm.
America. No taka. This is in India, which is also chi or ki, Cal, which we already mentioned, Chaldeans, Celtics, right? Cal, mm-hmm. The same word is in reference to those people. Ko, which I mentioned before in my Decode a while ago vid. Ko is a title, it's like a leader. In the most basic form, it's like someone who leads, kind of a chief, right? And that's in Anahuac.
Nah, so that's Anunnaki related. So back to Samaria.
And do me a favor, everyone. You type that word in, you'll get ancient maps from Mexico. Anahuac is heavy Mexico. It even sounds kind of Mexican.
Yeah, it does.
You walk Sinaloa. You're gonna watch Sino. What is the name of China? It's Sino. Sino is how when you pronounce it. What's ancient China? It's Sin. It's how they pronounce it. Sinaloa. What is that? Those people in Mexican, the one area in Mexico. Sinaloa.
Okay. And that makes sense where you're saying you were mentioning China there. It makes sense with the way their sort of calendar system with the new year being like a lunar.
Bro, forgive me, man. You're just tripping on like these minefield wires of my like. It's getting me so excited.
Go ahead, man.
For being rude.
Oh, no, go ahead.
The Mayans in the Sino, China. Okay, guys, imagine this. Everyone migrates out of America to the rest of the realm. They go and they have ships. Everyone's seafaring. There's no one that goes, I know how to build a boat, and everyone else is like, for real? No, everyone knows is a seafarer, and they go around from Califia, which is known as California, or Anuak, or Sinaloa, or Michigan, or Mexican, or Paris, aka Peru, Puru. Look up Puru, the Puru people. No, they'll show you those people are in India. No, South America is actually Ethiopia. So when I say America is Ethiopia, actually, it's my shortcut to saying it's north, south, it's everything. The West, it's this whole landmass, aka Outline. So imagine Mexico type people going to what you call China now, which was not called China traditionally. It was called a whole nother word. I wrote it down, but it's like, gosh, I wrote this shit down. Starts with a T, but anyway, America is Asia Superior. I already showed that it's China, Canada, Cathay. I've already shown that. Like in Acadia,
Which wait, was that the name of the what the hell is the name of that Aztec place that they said they came from in the north before going down to Mexico? They said they were from this land of what was it, like land of corn and
right?
No, it's something with an A. Like there actually is a park with the same name still in Wisconsin or Illinois, or so one of the two, or not either Illinois or Wisconsin area. And they say it has the same name as this mythical land the Aztecs claim to have come from the north before migrating south, like their relatives. They say came from there, but it's not the same place, and I think it means like the land of gold or something. I can't remember what the hell the name of it is though. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up really fast, see if I can find it.
Yeah, bro. I really want to show some of this, but how about I just show it, and if anything pops out, but there's so much here.
Aztlan. Atlan. No, it is Aztlan. Aztlan. Yeah. So they say they came from a magical place called Aztlan. Aztlan. The lost homeland of the Aztecs, which I believe they say was in the north, and I think there's a park named Aztlan Park in Wisconsin, if this is the same thing I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because they say it's situated on a large lake, and I'm pretty sure that they're talking about is like the lakes, Great Lakes.
Yeah. And, yep.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. They got a con, they got a whis, and then you can take that W, you got whis.
Well, I mean, even that Aztlan, though, is like with the just a variant spelling on what you were saying about Atlan.
Like if you look at this word right here, right, and pronounce it differently. I was mentioning China, and I was mentioning it's Canada.
Wait, which one's that? Did you just have your thing on it?
Can you see this? Miocene.
Yeah, okay. The Miocene cataclysm?
You cut this word right here, and you just go seeing. You go, that can also be considered China. I know that might feel like reaching from some people, but that could feel like Sine.
Yeah. Sine.
And so you break it all down, Cien. Cien is how they pronounce it. Maybe it's anyway, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying.
Also, like, that brings me back to
Rue.
one
And
of the
by the
things
way,
that
we're
came
talking
up.
about the Rue. We're gonna get into the Rue, Chris. Sorry
Oh,
to be
no,
rude.
no problem, no problem. I was just gonna say, bro, it reminded me of like the what is it, the brothers of, or the people of Mill, or the brothers of Mill, or the tribe of Mill, maybe, and they connect that to like the Malaysians. So I'm wondering if they took an L out of there too.
So how's Mel spelled? M-E-L or M-I-L?
M-I-L.
That could easily be a M-E-L.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could
Or
just switch it.
A. And
Mm-hmm.
like Malaysian could be an M. It could be just and these are, I go by sounds, so I would go by the sound of stuff.
Yeah.
Malaysian, and you take
Yeah.
out the Asian, the Asan, and just go Malay, the Malay
The
people,
Malay. Yep.
and you go the Mel, and you just figure it out. And you could literally figure it out. The answer to your questions that anyone seeks in reference to that, you could literally just figure it out by boiling down the word and go, oh, that's it. That's the
Yeah.
Malaysian. That's
And
the,
and right now
yeah.
they have the Sons of Mill, or the Malaysians are the final race to settle in Ireland, is what they have as the mainstream narrative.
Everywhere too. You got military. But dude, check this out. Rue. It does mean the red man, the Rue.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means. Rue. Go to any language and ask them what red is, and it'll have some sort of, it'll sound kind of like this, right? Rue. Rules the earth. The red man, the Rue. I mentioned the connection with Eric the Red, who came where, right? Where were the red people from? America. So it went the other way. These Vikings didn't discover Newfoundland. It went the other way. And we'd be like, we know you're over here, people, the Chaldeans. We know you're here. And and they go over into Russia, right? They made it's very interesting how some of the paintings don't match reality. Atlas and the Atlanteans. We were just been talking about Atlan the whole time just now.
Yep.
Here in America. The origin of the name America, land of the immortals. This from this author we have to use discernment too, and can't just pretend like everything it is. But for me, so far, it's checking out. The Algonquin, American Kani. Now there's a river. Let me pause this so we don't get ahead. There's a river in Indiana, Indiana, America. There's a river area called Kani, or something like that. I only know about it because it like got flooded recently. A lot of flooding happening nowadays, folks. If you don't know, last year it seemed like everything was on fire. This year it seems like everything is on water. So men of in the Algonquin, American Kani, and the men of in. Remember, this is Indiana also. Urin.
Arturian.
Orion. You put a T on here. You know they love to stick their T's on where they, blessed land of the Avalons. The red man founds Silu. And if you look into this word, just S-C and Lu, you'll see why that's a big deal. In Britain. We already talked about Britain and the Britons, and it's from the Britons, the Picta people. And this is also J. Look down here, Gay. I already went over the Phoenician gods. G with a G-E or J-E is the origin of all gods of all kinds. When you have whether it's Zeus and this chick or Jupiter and this chick, the chick is G or G. So G.
And that's eventually do they drop that G and it becomes EA?
Oh, absolutely. Because G's are, in my opinion, a potential. You know what's funny is I've been doing my cursor, but I've been doing it over here on what only I can see.
See, yeah, you have to. I do that all the time, and I forget that if you have to do it on like the screen you're recording, or it doesn't. It's like annoying. It's weird.
Bro, I've been like, what do you mean, Chris? You don't see me doing this? No, I was doing it over here. But And yes, the G's are impositions. They are hijackerizations. The Ea, she's the goddess of all the goddesses, meaning of all the stories of every story ever told. The Phoenician goddess Gaia. Take away the J, yeah, you got the E and the Aya. But in this word in Britannia, you have the same word, G, and you also have the word Ru. You also have the C, as in the Sioux, perhaps, the serpent, and then loam. I don't have no idea what loam means, and I don't really care that much. But I can't like my palate can only rock with so much. So I'm actually just gonna let this play with the volume off. And dude, he crushes with the commentary. Kara, oh gosh, don't even get me started, G. With it before us, we found ourselves in the quest of Asia. I know this says Aisha, kind of sounds like Asia. The caves of Solomon. Training. The merciful Va. We know V's and B's, right? Va, Ba, Ru, Na. The Atma of the Naga, serpent, Kaz, right?
Oh, it's interesting that he's going to bring up the 7 spheres. This is going to go right into what I'm going to bring up about the 7 caves with the Aztecs. So
dude, brother, this is like an hour of hard, awesome, hardcore, amazing info, which is why I was so freaking super gay about it. I was like, info was so fire, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, silly, y'all. You know what I mean? It's all with respect. Ka Ra, the Va Ra, the Na Ra, Sin, Ga or Ha. Always sus about G's and always sus about T's.
Always.
And the adepts of the Ka Bi Ra, the Kaaba, the Kabi, Cuba Ra, perhaps. I'm just saying.
The cube, the black cube. The black cube, that's why G-Rock. Grok. Black cube.
Yeah. And the problem with a lot of the black cube worshippers like Islam, and they face east to Mecca and they pray to literal black cube, like they built it and just some dudes with a black thing and they got some meteorite hanging out in the corner.
And that's why I say G-Rock, because there's apparently a rock under the cube. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, there's a rock. There's an actual rock. Now, is it a rock? I don't even know.
Who knows? It could be, exactly.
So this author is Che Ru, and I'm telling you, the Ru is so heavy in this. Yes, so people messed up and overthrown by the Kara, and the Nara Sinha, figuratively was tearing the earth to pieces. The adepts of Ka, Bi, Ra, or Ka, remember V's, Ka, V, Ra, perhaps 7 spheres called avatars of the Hindus, the Che, Ru, Bim, the archangels by the Hebrews, and the Christos by the Greeks, and the dragons by the Sinetics, and the angels by the Teutonics. The Teutonics are Genghis Khan's crew. Chinggis and all that, and him took over all that area. He started the Teutonics, who started the Prussia and Templars from Russia and Prussia and all that. Genghis Khan's the beginning of all this. This is where all this information comes from. Genghis Khan was over rocking in what you call Asia now. Like, again, man, I can't remember the absolute name, but I got it. I'll have to share it sometime. But this was Genghis Khan's territory. But then you had Priest King, Prester. That's right there. Over here in North America running, holding it down. They got into a fight in the mid 1300s. Does that battle And we all have watched videos on all these wild ass weapons, right? Like sound weapons that can just melt a whole fortress wall, and all this stuff, the fasci and the whatever, right? Then you have, I mean, gosh, you throw griffins and dragons in the mix. Now we're on some whole nother level. And you go, that's when the Dark Ages happened during that battle, and it messed up a bunch of stuff. And then Genghis Khan won and was in charge. And then from the mid 1300s, you get over to the late 1400s, and then he continues his battle to take over the remnants of the Americas and the Amores that were in what you would consider like the Western Europe area. Take them out. Eventually, 1491, take out the Al-Andaluses and the Saracens in all these countries. Henry this, Carl that, James this. They were all taking over what was going on. And they're still in the middle, taking over the whole realm. Then they come across, right? They won that battle in 1491. Then they come across. And we know of battles before that in that Europa area. A new regime won, and then they were coming to America, which was still battled, like the background, like when the battle's done and it's all like, what the fuck, everything's messed up. They either come through and start taking over and start putting their agents in charge. Anyone that thinks they remember anything gets thrown in an insane asylum.
Yep.
And re-educated. You know what I mean? And then bam, bada boom, bada bing, you're in the 1600s. What do y'all know about the 1600s? Probably not a lot. Not a lot. Nobody really talks about this. Why? Because that was rebuilding, takeover, hide, burn books. That was all that. Cromwell destroy all the old evidence. We're gonna reteach everyone. These dragons, shit. We can't be having dragons walking around and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's even I think I'm looking at right now at a time around this time you're talking about when they're making the Aztecs call themselves Mexicans. Like they can't call themselves Aztecs anymore. That's one of the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just happening everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I just saw something real interesting on this page too. I lost it about about what they were calling taxes. Oh no.
I probably missed it too. Dude, this is so full of super dope leaks of gnosis. Like, let me see if I back up a little bit. Ah, shit. Sorry, excuse my language. We're trying to do research over here on a homie's page. They want to do that. All right, dude, I'm just gonna skip ahead because this is so fire, and the footnotes are fire too, dude. Sino, Siberian. And much of the Sino we're the evil Atlanteans. Yeah, they're the evil those evil Atlanteans. The abyss of learning. So here was the seventh mountain, Chris, inhabited by the serpent of the. Go ahead.
And that matches up with like biblical revelation where they talk about the seven mountains or the seven kingdoms or the seven churches, I think it might be. And then now with the Aztecs, you have the place of the seven caves.
Yep, similar story. One's a mountain, one's a cave.
Mm-hmm.
But
and the Aztecs it seems like that's up in near the Great Lakes area. Their little their Aztlan or Atlan, their version of it.
Yo, let's listen to this dude for 1 sec.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are you playing it now?
Yeah, you can't hear it?
You can't hear it, yeah.
Oh, Lord, hold on. I probably did not share the sound. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Chris, for saying something.
No worries.
Um, okay, let's try this just for a bit. We're not listening to the whole dude, and then the footnotes are crazy too.
The seventh mountain in parentheses, or do you mean the seventh tree? Or are you talking about the ancient trees when mountains were trees, inhabited by the serpent and the cherubim, constituting the traditional abyss of learning? Accordingly, from Genesis 3:24, it appears that following the expulsion of the Vada from the garden of the flaming sword, because another way of calling the Garden of Eden, and we have read this, especially when the Islam and how the peacock, the dragons were guarding the gate, and the peacock sneaked his way in with, they were guarding it with a flaming sword. If you guys remember that, part 2 of my thought video, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life, implying the zodiac and the cherubim was placed at the east of the garden. Not unnaturally, scientists have begun to find some of the oldest artifacts at this point. Of course, the
Malay.
There's
There's Malaysia. Yeah.
Malay, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a whole realm situation out here, dude. I could listen to that because, dude, I'm telling you guys, like, this is wildness. You have to connect so many dots here, dude. This was the age of the Ru. Hold on, let's go back. Of course, the abyss of learning is very disconcerting to Western conceptions. Yet it had nothing to do with the heathen Chinese. This was the age of the Ru, who gave the Naga Maya. So we're connecting Mexico with all that other Naga stuff that I shared ahead of time. Nagasaki, like you name it. So China and all that stuff, right? Naga Maya language to Siberia, Sino, China, right? Japan, Malaysia, which that's a sync. I'll add that to the sync board. Before the present Semitic languages of the Yellow Man were even spoken. So before this Yellow Man Semitic language was even spoken, there was the Ru, who gave the Naga Maya language to all of these people. The language comes from the Naga Maya, which is America, and went to Siberia, and then China, and then Japan, and then Malaysia, before any of this other new talk they be talking came about.
Now, who would you say the Ru were?
Say that again?
Who would you say the Ru were? Like, what type of culture?
Well, nowadays, with new info, the Ru, the super origins it means red. So the copper people, right, of that complexion, red people, Native American, Americans.
Yeah.
Were the Ru. They were the red. And then they moved across the Urland and created Russia.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it's
just a bunch of white dudes with beards out there. There was some wild cats out there. And that's why I say, like, there's no, when it comes to this, everything out of Africa, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, ever.
Yeah.
You have half a brain cell. That is, so what I'm sharing is destroys out of Africa theory of all kinds, all of it, and shows it's actually out of America theory. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting now because now the Russian websites are all .ru, so there's that too. Mm-hmm. But there seems to be a connection maybe to the Reishi or Rita Reti people who seem to have been around forever, and they were like a mountainous tribe. I just think they were placed in the wrong, or maybe they were a descendant of the Ru.
Yeah.
Because I think they get in, because I think the Naga eventually come up even in the Ru, the red, not the Ru, the well, yes, the Ru, but the Raisha Reti people.
Yeah.
So it would make sense.
Rosicrucians, that's how you say it.
Rosicrucians, yeah, not they're not.
And that's from the people, the Essecutions. How you say that?
Wait, which ones before? You were saying the ones before.
The Etruscans.
The Etruscans. Okay.
Both of them. Both words are messing me up, but both of them. The Etruscans were these cats you're talking about. Like, yo, these Russian cats that came from America, and the cows and the Kells and the Chaldeans, bro, they took over Europe. They ran that shit. And then you know what happened? Genghis Khan came from what we call the East. He came from what we now call China, and pushed all those cats and defeated all of them. And they kept pushing to America.
Yep. Oh, and listen to this. So this is even the mainstream narrative with the Reishi, which some say maybe Ruguski. They eventually connect that to the Celtic. So they somehow get into the Toriski and then the Valtrumpia, because and then they find a way to connect it to the Celtic.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? This is, in my opinion, amazing. This is powerful information, in my opinion.
Maya, there's the Maya. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Bro, let me go. I wish I had the PDF to go, but he also is crushing right now. So this video is in the notes.
Oh shit! So listen to this. That Ragu. So there's only one little mention of this Rugusci, Rugusci. There's no link to them, connecting them to the Reishi people I have mentioned, and they're the only ones who there's no link for information, and their home territory is listed as Atla.
Get them.
And it's the only one out of that area, so you can't find. There's no information, at least on Wikipedia. You have to look deep. Yeah. Only one person theorized that this was the actual tribe.
To me, that gives validity, because this is hidden. What we're sharing right now shatters so much stuff. I hope everyone really realizes this. What we're unwinding here is a bunch of dorks that have been trying to lie about this shit. Now, this book, what's being read, still take discernment, because there is subtle hijackerations in here. But when you have this figured out, you go, all right, I know what's happening now. I know the players, or at least at a macro level, I know the players. I know what happened when. So when I see something and I say BS, I go, see you later. You know, I see something that makes sense, which is very rare. I'm sifting through a dumpster out here in this room. It's a dumpster realm.
And you were absolutely right about the Etruscans being connected to the Ratian or Radic. And it seems like that Ratian word is almost so close to rhetoric that these must be the individuals who start manipulating rhetoric after a while.
Yeah, they might got a job. They were like, your job is Kara. Dude, you see what I'm saying down here? This is Kara. Chara. At Chota. Let me get my thing out of it. Kara Korum. This is like this is from Mayan symbol. Don't they have a Karakan Tepe near Gobekli Tepe? A Karakan. Karahan.
Let me look. What do we got here?
Yeah, look up Karakan. Or Karahan with an H. Actually, you can spell it with a K or H, and it will bring up both. They're talking about Mexico, right? Kara. The peoples of Asia. They're combining Asia in these footnotes. The red Nagas were followed by the Negroids, who we are told evolved. So yeah, the Nagas first, the red. Now, okay, before you guys go, this is true, this is false.
Dude, even just saying Kara Khan, change Khan to Chan, Kara Chan, that's a Chinese name nowadays. So
Boom.
thought
That's
that was
incredible.
yeah, I just because I put in Kara and I spelled it Chan because I'm not sure if it was Khan on there. I lost it, but Kara Chan is. There's all these Chinese students coming up.
You keep going down the car rabbit hole, you'll find that it originates from, you guessed it, America, Mexico, all that. East Coast, it's all over. It's actually a very it's one of those generic words actually, but people don't know it encompasses a lot of cats, and they're the Karians. They're the Kara. They're the Kara. They're the Kara people. They're the Karians, right? So there were still battles happening of positioning back in the day. People like super leaders who owned half of the realm could still be a little petty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then if you think even what I'm seeing there about them talking about this fourth root race, if you think of the Ru, and I think they even had a version of it, Ruette. Didn't they have that up top, or Root? And I think that's how I got to the Ratians. But if you think of the Ru as the root.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for that. See, I just learned I'm adding root to my Ru grimoire. But I want to say that Blavatsky again was a dude. Any jibber jabber about retarded shit about, excuse my language, but I'm gonna cuss, whatever. We're among family. Of there's the 5 root races. There's the 7 root races.
Yeah,
I read it.
that's a
Study. Get the fuck away from me. If you're talking root races, you don't know your stuff comes from a dude who you thought was a chick.
In that moon god sin, I have a page up for right now from the Aztecian Aztlan. I don't know how they say this with a Z. It's so difficult. But the place of Aztlan, Aztlan Island, this island apparently in that area was called Metzliapan, and it means Lake of the Moon.
Dude, that's fire, bro.
So this is their Atlantis Island, meaning Lake of the Moon. I mean, it just connects to so many of even all these references with the sin in front of as a prefix, because that even gets into like synagogue, and then you could connect the Hebrew again, the moon worship, like it's everywhere.
It's that serpent. It's that serpent shit.
Serpent moon, yeah.
The serpents to the Naga. You know, this is the Sioux. It's not just it's Sioux. The Sioux is everywhere. The Sioux Indians, the Sumerians, the Sioux is everywhere. But who do you know runs around on horseback wearing freaking feathers? On the most part, the freaking Indians, but they don't want you to know that shit, so they want to fix it, and they put the Sioux fixes in. They put tail emissions, so the last thing that you see is their shit on perhaps some decent, close to reality shit.
Mm-hmm. I found something else here, still when I'm looking back at that old Tupac Amaru page. I don't know if Condor Khan ever came up in anything that you've looked at, but there's a word, Condor Khan Keys Rebellion. It's talked about, but it brings up basically how once the Spanish get over here, they start taxing the indigenous people, and they call the sales tax an alcabala. So you have the alcabala as the sales tax that the Spanish are apparently doing, but no one thinks of the Spanish as the Kabbalists.
Dude, I heard someone break down the wording of like Spain, and I just followed along, and they broke down the word Spain to me,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like probably not cool.
I mean, pain's right in there, right?
Pain. Oh my gosh, right? Oh, they bringing that Spain. They brought it, but they were agents of, like the the body con, the body, the Veti con, the Vatican,
Yeah.
was, what they call like Mongolian. It was under Mongolian control. So um they the Spanish were given specific instructions to go where they went, West India, and then inward, and the Paradiso and Michigan and Florida,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is his original name, and Tala, but remove the A, Alahasi, and all this, to F stuff up and take over, dogs, because this is on some new shit. Your Priest King is done. Have fun battling us on your regional stuff. And it really ended in Tecumseh. Eventually started with Te Mu Jin, Te Ge, Ge, Ga, He, Mu, Jin, Khan, Gin, Gon, Jin, Origin. He came across in the Oregon. He came through Oregon and took out Prester John. And there's a lot of legends involved around that. Like these ages, you'll see, or stuff. Dude, okay, no, but I feel like he's gonna show. Like, yo, it's just like, hey, man, what I'm trying to do, Chris, I can tell you anything and go, by the way, this happened 900,050 years and 37 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Anyone can say anything. It's like, oh, all right. Hey, there was whatever walking around 100,000 years ago, 200 of, okay. What I'm sharing is the 2000s, how they effed everybody up. The 1900s, oh, you have no idea what happened. The 1800s, everyone getting wrecked and re-educated and taken over. The 1700s, got like Napoleon really kicking this type of stuff off and getting this ready to uncover the old world that was covered up, to reclaim the old world. Got the 1600s, dark age. You don't know what's going on from the 1300s to the until the 1400s. 1400s, you see battles happening in Europe. Once those battles are complete, a bunch of people get on boats and go to America, aka India, aka China, aka the Silk Road. And they've been going ever since, pushing across. You can't say nothing about nothing in a lot of cases. It's getting locked in. And I refer back to our first, when we started talking on this show about like digital stuff, which I'm not trying to take it back there. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, like, that's where we are now. That's how we got here. That's who's doing it. That's who they are. Now, if I would recommend everyone, whatever your anchor is, or you planted your flag, or you dug your heels into some sort of mental scaffolding of this freaking build realm here, I would recommend just to give it a little stress test every once in a while. Go, is this the way I want my mental mansion to be organized, or should I check what's good in this foundation kind of thing? Give it an inspection, self inspection. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling no one what to do.
By the way, there's an interesting map.
I'm just gonna fast forward because this shit is so deep packed. It's hard. Like, this is packed stuff. This is chapter 3 of this book, our 1 hour mark on this vid. And this homie's been doing this for 8 years, so he has thousands and thousands of videos with so much information. So if anyone asks me, or doesn't ask me. They just say to me. They don't even ask. They just go, "How dare you say these things without backing them up? Back them up now. These claims of yours." I need some water. Hold on, one sec.
I
These
just sent
claims
you
of
an
yours. How
interesting. I
dare you
just sent.
say these things? It's like, hold
I,
on. Yeah,
oh my
sorry.
bad, dude. I just sent you an interesting map in the private chat if you want to look at it at one point after you're done with this too, from the Aztecs.
Oh no, let's get it.
It's from 1704 book, voyage from Aztlan to where they eventually wound up in South America and Mexico and whatnot. So I don't know what's on there. If it's if there's much symbol, I'm sure there's tons of symbolism on there.
What's funny is it looks like it was written on fabric, which is interesting.
It does, right?
Now, are we getting fit? I don't know real from none and nowadays, but you know what I mean? But I wish I saw a year, but I'm just looking.
And I think you should be able to zoom in a lot on this because it's a bigger file.
All right, let's leave that. Tepe Lapan. And we were mentioning Tepe. You know Tepe, everyone out there, right?
You see the burning, even the burning serpent in the middle. So we have more serpent mentioning. But I don't know. Apparently, this is them coming down from their Atlantis area, which I believe would be in Northern America, even though they say it's Southwestern America.
Teka Itlan. So even up here, whatever this is, place of the locking. This is like a board game, bro.
Yeah, it's bizarre, right? How they do this.
If you made this into a board game, we'd be so rich, bro. Remember the game Life? You got maybe and then look now all these people are upside down.
Yeah, which is weird too.
This is a weird map, bro. I don't know where you got this. Leo.
They say it's from the voyage around the world, 1704, apparently.
Okay, 1704.
Voyage round the world, not around. There is no A in front of it. 1704.
A whirlpool where the water is swallowed. This is I don't even know, God.
But there's only so much we could trust on it because, I mean, it looks like the ship that the guy was on was called the St. George.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's much negative or anything. It seems pretty just like straightforward. So.
Yeah, dude. We have to add all the info, man. All the data sets and all the tepes, bro. All these tepes, man. Straight up. This is like Yenisei. Like look at this. I love the Cheyenne, right? Kai, Ki, Yane, Yane. And all they do is say Yane, C. You could look at Che and think of that could be a C. You could think of it as a say, a C, right? And all they did was stick it on the end over here. These are the same people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here. This is the other thing I wanted to send you that connected. So this is in Wisconsin. I sent you the state park website. It's called Aztlan State Park, which has the same setup as the Aztecs. Like there's mounds there. Same setup as like Aztec villages were set up in. They're with their temple, with the location of the mound and a burial site they found there. And they say it actually has no connection to the Aztecs. It's bizarre. But you could probably find more pictures on just doing a search. But yeah, that's in where was it? Illinois or Wisconsin? Wisconsin, yeah. And if you just look at like the park on images, they freaking dress it up and it's hard to see much. You'd probably be better off even on Wikipedia than fucking images at this point. But yeah, it's a mound. It's a multi-level mound, like a step pyramid almost, but covered with grass. It's all like hidden up out there. And they claim no connection to the Aztecs for some reason, which makes no sense.
And for those that don't know, because I feel like a lot of people may not be aware of this, and it's all love. The rivers, they're all shaped like an S, right? Like, let's just take America, for example. I'm just using it as an example. They're all shaped like an S. And one might think, well, it's just natural, water comes down, like that. Little things feed it, it gets bigger and bigger, and it just goes down like an S shaped. The thing is, a lot of this is terraformed, just unmanaged, unkept terra firma. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And these rivers were made like these S windy shapes intentionally, to have to operate in their society in the best superist way. They were hydrologists, So there was some super dopeness happening for sure. Lots of free energy going on for sure. Lots of cool shit happening for sure. And then any super bad event was totally manufactured. It was not.
So these are the mounds, and I think that's when they dressed up the mounds at one point. So that's kind of what, or it might be an even artist rendition of what the mounds looked like when they were more dressed up. But yeah, so this is definitely like some shadiness going on here with them telling you it's just burials.
Yeah.
They're saying it's like covered over old. I think they say it's like from the colonial settlers when they had like munitions stuff during some of the wars, and then they covered up the land and covered up the little, I don't even know what they would call them, compounds that they had soldiers staying at. It doesn't make any sense.
But this says it's been debunked, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've apparently debunked it, even though then they found the body in a sacrificial pit at the end of it. So yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Some princess was in like a sacrificial pit, which was like something that just was done sometimes if she didn't get married, I think, or I don't know. There was some sort of thing that they found, and they were still like, nope, just a random girl.
That's wild.
Yeah. So the Aztecs definitely, there's a lot there with them. But continue with. I didn't mean to cut you off again, man. My bad.
Oh no,
I just feel like all this stuff connects to what you're pulling up.
Absolutely, it all connects, man. Brahma, Abrahama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen to this. So let's listen to this for 30 seconds because I love the way he breaks down these these sentences here, and I just really enjoy it. Let's give it a chance. Give it a chance, huh? If I unmute it.
Mayen Cheyenne Kingsman of the Genesee.
I want to hear him
appeared.
talk a little earlier.
Naloa.
There you go.
The Naga Hills of India. The Nagasaki and Nagoya in Japan. And the island of Naga in the Philippines, right? These were your first peoples coming from the Americas, all right? Shout out to Leplejon, to Augustus Leplejon for breaking that down for us in a simpler way. In all probability, they were the ancestors of the trinary man of Java and the Pliocene man of England. What are you talking about? Monkey bones? What you talking about, dog? The Pliocene man of England. You talking about Cheddar man? Cheddar man, copper-colored man, melanated folks of England. What you talking about, man? I told you who were the Picts, who were these Basque, who were these very ancient so-called hunter and gatherers. And them traces the name Indra, La Louis, and Mayenne in France at the latitude of Indiana and the region beyond where the Mayen Cheyenne Kingsmen of the Genesee Siberians appeared. I don't know if he's going with the Bering Strait thing here, but we dodged to hide that. Remember what he said, the first Siberians were speaking Naga Maya language. So who are your original Siberians? ethnic cleansing has gone all over the world, guys. We tend to.
So gross. Sorry about the commercials, y'all. But this is, I'm going to let it run for like just another 20 seconds because this is good stuff. Ugh. Chris, what's going on with these commercials, man? What are we doing?
Dude, it's no good. Here we go.
All right, just
In
give it
specific
a
regions of the
second.
earth, not forgetting who were the original people in these places. Mount Ida in Crete, which is Min Judah, Mount Judah. Remember, we've broken this down. And Idaho. So what does Idaho really mean then? If Mount Ida is Mount Judah, really, and Crete, and who's the Cretians? Remember, this has to do with Semitic, Hebrew, Israelite people found in these so-called Greek nations, right? So what is Idaho? Judah? Oh, you don't know? Idaho? Idaho? You don't know? I'm not saying Idaho. I'm saying Idaho, Judah. Owe their names to the same people. They know their names to the same people. There's something in the etymology, in the origin of words, and especially place names, and it connects. You see how it all connects from Labrador, right, North America.
Chris, before he keeps going, do you see this word right here down in the bottom left? What, if you were to guess what state that is, what do you think that says?
Massachusetts.
Boom.
Mhm.
That's how easy it is out here. Here we go. I'm a few more. I just want him to finish this page because it's good stuff.
Northeast America. The god Brahma's gold. What? Labrador means what? The god Brahma's gold? The Nagas, so the Nagas were there too, conveyed the philosophic arc of Varuna and Ruta, the North Atlantic continent, to the Massachusetts. Who? To the who? To the Massachusetts. Remember, that was a tribal name. That was a people, the Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Remember the brother we had? I showed the video where he's going and he finds the Hebrew Israelite brothers in the street, with their little signs and stuff, talking about the 12 tribes, here in Florida, Cuba, all these places they try. And he's like, hey, that's wrong, man. Where was he from? Remember, he was from the Massachusetts indigenous people. So he knew his people's history and he knew who his people were, connected into the Manasseh and Israelites too. And he was like, hey, man, that's not right. We're still here, bro. We're from right here, Northeast. We're from Massachusetts. And he started correcting the Hebrew Israelite brothers, and they started listening. That's just the power a true person of the Most High has, especially true bloodlines. That's the power they have, man. When they speak, people listen. So now we get into the Algonquin drop right here. So accordingly, Aquidneck, 71 degrees west in Rhode Island, the domain of Narragansett. Look, Narragansett. Did I ever put that together that the word Naga isn't the Narragansett word? Naga or Naraga, Niagara. Oh, Niagara Falls in Canada. Look, Naga, Narragansett.
Get him. You see what
Get
I'm
him.
saying? Get him. That's what I'm saying. What are we looking at here?
So the under this because this is something just because I brought it back up because it kind of was a confirmation of when I just mentioned before. It seems like this ration thing is a rhetoric sort of a point of insertion where they start controlling the rhetoric and language. And this is the table of Rashic or Radic, how the hell do they say it, alphabets according to The woman's name is Corina Salomon, or Corona Soloman. And it says, and the thesaurus inscriptonum Re Takarum project, which Re Takarum, you could already see rhetoric coming out of that. And then you could see the connection to the Greek and everything else like that coming out of these. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like this is straight up Phoenician. Like
Yep.
8 is definitely this. Like it's boom, boom, boom. Absolutely. Wah. Yeah, I think Wah is like that for sure. I think Mu is definitely like that.
I think this may be like a hijack point. It's one of the hijack points. That's why I bring this group up.
This could be an F, like a flag. Yeah. This is very, very. This is like. I would think this would be dot. I don't know. See, obviously the S. Yeah. Is there more? Let's see. Tau. So actually, when you guys see the X in Phoenician, where's X? I thought I saw there was an X up here somewhere. Maybe not. When you guys see the X, this is how you pronounce it actually, Tau, in reference to Phoenician, to Hebrew. Hebrew and Phoenician are the same, by the way, like ancient. Like they're both kind of the same. They mess with it, and then it turns into Greek or whatever, Akkadian, whatever you want to call it. But this is actually the X. This is how you pronounce Tau. It's pronounced
Yeah,
Tau.
they actually have that on the. They have the Venetic, Venetic, the Phoenician, the Latin. They have a bunch of them. The Etruscan on the same page that I got that off of. It's just all the old Italic scripts.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know what I'm looking at, but it checks out, man. It's probably.
I just thought, especially the name of the person researching it being basically Corona Solomon.
Paleo Hispanica, and it's in Spanish. So anything in Spanish automatically sounds kind of spicy. Dude, what else you got, man?
Abecedarium. What the hell is that? Abecedary? Have you ever heard of Abecedarium?
Ooh, is it a word on here? Am I missing the word?
No, it's not on there. From that page I was on where that was, I just noticed this word Abecedarium, and I thought of like abracadabra when I first saw it, but then I was like, ABCs, and it is ABCs. Abecedarium is not as ABCs. I've never heard of this. Here, I'll send you the wiki link for it.
Yeah, send it, dude.
I don't know what that's just strange.
Yeah, let's see what's popping. Boom, boom.
Abecedary, that's weird.
Slovene. Oh yeah, I love the Slovene and the Slavic. I've never seen this word with my
I've never seen it in my life, and now it's here, and I'm wondering when they edited this page was edited on 25th January 2025, 14:14 UTC. I bet it was created then, honestly.
Oh yeah, listen, we got to fix the past still. Like they're constantly at work changing, covering up a crime.
Yeah.
That's literally what is happening. So this is new info, but they're just out there.
Yeah, they seem to start getting into Ireland and trying to fix things they're finding in Ireland, and yeah.
The cat. There's actually there's a people of the cat. There's like a cat people.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear like the guar, right? I mean, you have like Paraguay, Uruguay, and you have jaguars. You know, I'm just saying, like when you hear these certain words, but they're also in other places too, with different sigils and things, dude. Dude, I need to use the restroom, bro. What if I find just a fun vid to watch for literally 2 minutes? Do you think the people are gonna be cool with that?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Just run it while you run.
Or you want to talk? You want to tell the people stuff?
Well, once the video's done, if you're not back, run a short one, and I'll talk over it if I have to.
Let's see. I'm looking at Clubhouse right now. Okay, no, I don't trust that. I don't want it to be bad. I want it to be something cool. Here we go. What's this? Unraveled truth. Let's see. Man, I saw. It's hard to find all the cool stuff I've seen recently, dude.
It's interesting too that this from that Aztlan place, the basically the Atia or the Atlantis version of from the Aztecs. Out of that comes from tribes that are nowadays said to be descended from these people. They call themselves Chicanos, and that reminds me of China, like you were saying.
Yeah, Chicano.
I mean, it's right in the name.
Yeah, man. Sinaloa. Sino is where the word China comes from. Sinaloa, Mexico. Heavy, deep Mexico, man. Right there on the west.
And all of this lines up with even their religions. Like I said, the moon worship's there. It's all there. It's all where it should be.
All there. So who you gonna trust, Chris? Do you think can I trust you telling me all this stuff? Should I trust you? Or what about a guy, like a really cool, like they got a cool uniform, they got like all kinds of documents and going,
we're from the government, we're here to help.
We're from the government, don't you know? I'm look at my degrees. Look at my outfit. Or us out here just being goofy. Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to free the realm as much as I can. But people are resistant, so whatever. I guess it's time to just, for me, I don't know.
Did you have anything else you wanted to share?
I'm trying to find something, dude. As I'm saying a whole lot of nothing right now, I'm trying to find cool stuff to share.
I mean, I'm sure I could just start fucking going through. Yo, what's his name, or what's its name? The AI calls itself Mecha. Wasn't it like Mecha Hitler or something like that?
Marks that.
Yeah, I don't even know. I saw a story about it, but it didn't really seem kind of sensational.
Well, Mecha, I mean, obviously Mecha, MECCA, Mecha, but it's interesting that even this Aztec Chicano ancestral movement from Chicago, it seems like they have a group called Mecha, which is it's like what? It's just more connections to the same sort of cultures like you're talking about.
Yeah. All right,
ancient book.
Let me play this vid. Can I play a vid and use the restroom?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Can you see this?
Make it a little larger if you can, but aside from that, you'd be good.
Here we go. Bam.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, dude, in your faces. Old white guys all up in your faces. People, deal with it. I'll be right back, dude.
All right.
Of Enoch is a book that was quite popular during the first 700 years of church history, but then faded from sight. Nobody republished it. It disappeared until the Book of Enoch was rediscovered in the Ethiopian region of Abyssinia in the 1700s.
One must be prepared for a journey into forbidden knowledge and chilling revelations with the 2,000-year-old Bible, the Book of Enoch. This highly controversial text has sparked debate for centuries, documenting sensual fallen angels, violent giants, strange cosmology, and world-changing revelations. Despite detailing events from before the birth of Jesus, the book is not included in today's Bible, and some scholars do not consider it divinely inspired. However, this book filled with terrifying knowledge was found in Abyssinia, Ethiopia, in 1773, and has been included in the scriptures of the Ethiopian Christian sect. This text is said to contain terrifying knowledge about the human race, including predictions of doom that will send shivers down your spine. What other secrets do these pages hold? Join us as we delve into the 2,000-year-old Bible revealing lost chapter with terrifying knowledge about the human race. The Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is also called the Ethiopic Book of Enoch's pseudepigraphical work. It is an Old Testament book containing events written long before Jesus was born. The original manuscript of this ancient book disappeared at the end of the 4th century. Later on in 1773, it was rediscovered in Ethiopia. However, the Christian sect in Abyssinia, Ethiopia, have included this book in their scriptures as a reference for their practice. The obsession of heretical Christian groups, such as the Manichaeans with a blend of Iranian, Greek, Chaldean, and Egyptian elements, also aided the survival of this book. Several clerical scholars have disposed of this book, claiming it contains revelations God did not divinely inspire. The ancient book of Enoch was forbidden from the Bible for
Chris, I'm back. Is this dude making sense or what?
Yeah, I mean, he's just basically just spitting common knowledge at this point.
Oh, okay.
About Enoch, yeah. So you're good.
I just clicked on it. I was like, bro, I need time. But
March forward, dear Mother Ethiopia. I'm looking into Ethiopia a little bit now.
oh, yeah, man. I mean, it runs deep, man. Look at old maps and sheesh.
Excellent Ethiopia.
Yo, shout out to everyone listening.
What is this?
This
Kende Amanitore. Candace Amanitore or Kendak Amanitore. What is this?
mm,
One-eyed Candace. Have you ever heard of this?
no. From what I'm hearing, I'm not.
The
Not
Candakes of Meroe were first described through Strabo's account of the one-eyed Candace. Which I wonder what the hell this is. It's like a stela of a female Egyptian-looking goddess almost. Oh, that's interesting. Queen of the Ethiopians, Pliny writes.
She got one eye or no?
They say she does. I guess at least she's depicted with only one of her eyes. It almost reminds me. It's just interesting her name is Candace because I'm wondering if this is like why they're replaying this whole thing with Candace Owens, like acting like she's not a part of an op. They're giving her this like archetype. I've never heard of this character. But Candace of Meroe, who fought Alexander the Great.
Dude, oh shoot, man, I got my keyboard wet. I shared something earlier about like the goddess Cleito. Cleito. And I shared this, I think it was in Slick Dissonance Telegram. I don't know if anyone was really interested, but I looked up things like, because I see this old goddess, and I know Cleito. So it's spelled Cleito, is her. She's an ancient goddess in the pantheon of like the Greek pantheon, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from it. So I looked up Eto. I'm like Eto. I'm like I obviously live near Etowah Mounds. I think Edo, Japan was a big deal, and it's all connected to where I am now, and connected to this goddess. So Eto, which in my opinion means like breath, like the breath of life, like the breath of the Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
And like Wa means the Almighty, so Eto Wa. So I'm like, okay, Eto, clay, clock. So I did a bunch of searches for KLA, and all the various popular languages, ancient Hebrew, Phoenician, whatever, and had some really good information. It meant complete or to finish or to whatever. So I'm like, that sounds like a description of what one might consider the Almighty, right? That could translate to the Almighty, kind of. So I'm like, clay, claw, ito, and it's the breath of the Almighty, which is AKA ito wa. It's where I live.
Mm-hmm.
It's right down the river from Roma, ATL, obviously, Atlanta, obviously. We have Smyrna, Dallas. We have all Athens up the street, a big old college. We have
Oh, and look at that on what you're pulling up. They're finally getting to Aztlan, what I was just talking about with the Aztecs. So there's that too.
oh, dude, yeah, bro. Aztlan.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And take out the T. Fuck that T. Zelan or Zelan. Zulin. Zulu or Sioux. Sioux.
Mhm.
What's I had somebody recently, Chris, go be like, no, it's not Sioux, it's Zoo. And I'm like, the Zoo live in South Africa. And I'm like, bro, you trying to tell me you can't take the leap from Zoo to Sioux? Like, you don't think those are potentially the same thing in
Yeah.
connection to each other of some way,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are we even doing? Like, who am I even talking to right now? Like, why am I even talking to someone that can't even do that? So there's no way they're gonna grasp the shit we've been talking about, Chris.
No.
Just like gonna be like completely unfollowable. Like, I can't follow this.
Absolutely. And I just sent you another link too in the private of where the one thing I was just talking about, that goddess, but it was from the kingdom of Kush, which I'm sure you've talked about before, this Kush, which seems to come out of Ethiopia, another version of Ethiopia, when it's like spelled AI, Ethiopia.
Oh,
And
this
if
is
you
that can't.
and if you go down, you could see the list of ruling candidates, and those are words I'm sure you'll be in places you'll be familiar with if you scroll down a little bit to the list of rulers.
Oh, in Q's, you can always replace a K that's interchangeable. See, cool. I don't know if I mentioned the con. Like, if you see like a ong con, ONG con, that's the same as Wong. That's
Yeah.
ong. Put a W or take the W away. Ong Wong. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. That's how basic some of this shit is, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Super basic, bro.
And then go past that, and you'll find like a bunch of just place names that I think you'd be able to break down. Keep going. It's like a list.
Queen of the Ethiopians.
Yeah, exactly. There's that too. And those are the names. I think. Wait, nope, never mind. Keep going.
Okay. Oh, by the way, this one's for Gabriel, Chris. Kebra, you trying to tell me you can't put a Z right there and go with the zebra? I don't know.
Very true.
Am I reaching?
I don't think so.
In my grimoire, that's a footnote going, might be a thing, but probably is one. Candace of Moreau, or
Yep.
Maru?
Yep.
Like Maru, the more, the rue, is this really a stretch, Chris?
And I bet that becomes like Monroe, New Jersey, eventually.
Totally. There's a Monroe Street in every place.
Yeah, and this like list is what I wanted you to look at, because it seems like it's so entwined with some of the etymology of words we were just looking at from that book.
Co, I would replace that Q with a K. Co. So that's co. D co. They spell a lot COH. Co is leader or chief. Na, I mean, we just went over a whole lot of Naga or Na'i. Like, This H and G, we've been yapping a lot about how the hey and the he and the gi and the Gaia and the hey and the, like, this could be Nagi. You know what I mean?
I'm even looking at like the where is it? The Amanish Keto. It's almost like you could get Amish out of there.
Oh, Amish, yeah, man. They're the gypsies.
Mm-hmm.
They were. He do replace the D with replace the T with a T with a D. Hey ghetto. Ghetto. Amish ghetto. Anyway.
Yeah. Just thought that relates.
So the Kush area is also the Amish ghetto, y'all. Okay, we just figured that out just now. You're welcome. You got anything out of this? We just showed you the OG Amish ghetto. Dude. All right, man. I think
think we did it. Do you got anything else? Or you think we're good?
Bro, I have so much else, dude. Like I'm like in information overload when it comes to the stuff, like what? Look at this. Like just another example. I'm bringing the video back up. It just reeling me back in. I'm gonna do no sound. I mean, that's the Massachusetts, right? And then you have all this like breaking down prefixes. They're prefixing it, and at the end they do the suffixing. Myths of the New World, like outlines of the Zuni creative myths. This is just weird. Cushing, Zuni folktales, Cushing.
Oh, that just was coming up over here, the Zuni folktales. Which that's what we were just talking about. What the hell?
Yeah. And you talked about it first. And
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I didn't even know that was going to come up. What the?
I didn't know either. It was playing in the background, dude. It's been on play the whole time. So this is called the Ronin experience, y'all, where we sync. It's where the syncs in the universe collides. And so the Kush mix Chris Miner's Kush info with the info being shared right in front of our faces. And you tell me, does that create a star or not? I don't know. But that's super fire, dude. I didn't even know it.
Whoa. Have you ever heard of the X group culture?
X group culture. I don't know.
From that Kush page, there was like a link at the bottom. What the hell?
Oh, Wisconsin. Bro, here's your Wisconsin. As in Wisconsin. Set.
Yep.
Massachusetts.
Yep.
Set. Set.
Absolutely.
Angkor, the Magnificent, Condi. And this whole Condi situation was actually being shown in like the Americas and stuff.
And then that's how, all these, eventually we get the television sets and got a lot of Setian worship.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this. The monad, the soul. So all y'all reading books about the monad, Buddhism, or like Adi, the spirit principle. Adi, the circle of the divine arc. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I know Arkansas. I know a whole bunch of arcs over here. Within the present area of the United States, we find Nagatu, Nagatuk, Naikodolchi, which is kind of like Nakadolchi, Nagauk, Naganaba, Neusi, and a whole bunch. It's just a whole bunch. This is all in the United States. This ain't. What are you reading? A bunch of freaking Polynesian places? No, I'm reading American places. I shared this when we started because I just couldn't resist myself. Anyway,
goddamn commercials.
I can't. Yeah, I tried to find the book, dude. I couldn't find it, dude. This goes in the Irish. Nazis, Nazarene. Oh gosh, y'all ain't ready for this one.
If you even look at the Chicano flag that they use, and some of the Aztec, I guess, tribes used it. It was like, it looks just like a Nazi flag. It's interesting.
What about the Nazarenes?
The Nazarenes, yeah.
In the Nazi.
Or the what were the NASI, Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
The Jewish ones.
In their storybooks, isn't there a Nazarene guy who's pretty popular? I think he was born in Nazareth, which would make him a Nazarene.
Yeah.
There's a popular one.
Jesus.
Hey, we already talked about a bunch of hay tonight, and we talked about a bunch of Sue tonight. So we talked about Jesus pretty much this whole time this evening.
Jesus, or what is it? Jupiter Zeus.
How do you like your Zeus? Do you like?
How do I like my Zeus?
Oh man, dude, brother. Do you know there's another hour left of this vid, bro? Of that vid? That's how.
Jeez, he did work, man.
He did work, and you don't even know, Chris. Like, watch the vid; it's in the show notes.
Yeah, no, I will.
The last 30 minutes is fire. Like it's fire through the whole way, yo. This is that Irish wisdom out here. This is that Erland, Merlin. This is that Merlin wisdom out here, y'all. You don't get this anywhere else. Except for that cat's page. He's fucking awesome. But you know what I mean? You don't get the combo of Chris and I commentating on it. So, is this the best YouTube podcast thing out there? Yes or yes? I think so.
Absolutely. I gotta save this one page I just found for the next discussion because I have to look into it a little more. I just found some weird connections to things that
weird, bro.
I don't know if I could make the connections yet. I have to read it a little more so I don't look like an idiot when I'm talking about it.
I'm down with switching gears because Chris, let me ask you a serious question. When I'm yapping about some of this stuff, it doesn't feel like we're in school, does it? Like, it doesn't feel like, oh, here's history class. This is retarded.
No, I actually thought we started strong tonight. We might have faded off towards the end, but that's probably because we both had to use the bathroom a little bit, and I still have to use the bathroom, but I'm just waiting. We have to remember we do long ass shows compared to everyone else. Like, I mean, but aside from the guys who are in the group of guys that we chill with and talk to, like they do 2-hour shows or more like us, but most channels do like an hour and a half and they're done.
Well, I'm not trying to do 4 or 5 hour marathon joint show.
Yeah, no, it's too much, way too much.
Esme likes our combo, man. She's like, yo, y'all got good chemistry. Y'all crushing right now.
We slowed it up. I thought in the beginning, we were moving in the beginning.
Yeah, and by the way, Sherry, you know, I totally understand why Kurimeo gets frustrated with people that obviously skimmed his research. Yo, how you think about the people that skim TRE? Same. I feel it. I feel that. I live that in one way or another, in my own way. Why do you think I'm always out here like, yo, y'all don't know how dope this fucking YouTube channel is? Like, you have no, like, 6 people hit the toes up button. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, well, what about this? I'm like, fuck, I talked about that 18 months ago. Like, I'm not like Kurimeo's been pushing it for 8 years. What about that? I'm like, yeah. Somebody's like, oh, you know about the Khazars? Like, yeah, I know about the Khazars. Like, studied it 8 years ago. I personally studied it like 8-10 years ago. Read all the books. Behind the Iron Curtain, 13th Tribe, and then all this other stuff. Dodge and Hijacks. and phoniness along the way. Yeah, I know a little bit about it. Okay? So
Get him.
I get the frustration. Because, yo, Chris, people going to hit me up. What do I do? I'm locked out of my bank. They won't let me on the internet because I said some shit about robot Trump, because the next like president's going to be like a robot cyborg Trump.
Yeah,
you know?
probably.
And I'll be like, I can't help you, yo. Why not? I'll be like, actually lose my number because if you don't have my number by now, already in the situation, we are not going to be communicating right now, you know? That's what's going to happen. It ain't going to be any I told you so. Cats are going to be like, short dude got lucky. I know, I'm out here. I'm going to go. See you later. My data will be encrypted no matter who I talk to. When I speak, I always speak in code. Everything I do, will be hidden from everyone, everything, everyone, every system, and that's how it is. And if anyone out there is thinking like, "Oh, I don't even get it. It doesn't make sense. He's whatever." No, I'm being like incredibly literal. You know what I mean? And some of y'all don't get that.
That's just the way it is.
Hey,
will never be the same. Bringing back that Tupac.
One thing's for sure, I'm gonna try, yo. You know what I mean? I'm still trying out here.
That's all you can do, man. All we can do.
Well, you know, I've had I would say dreams, but not really dreams. They're more like, you know, this is where I'd like to get. I've had aspirations. I've been inspired to go. I am going to start my thread of all the families that run this realm. I'm going to be positioning myself to be one of those families. And I
like that.
First to do that. Now, that might sound pretty wild to some, but to me, I take it, again, incredibly literal. So every move that I make is to become a Khan, an actual Khan, a Chi, a Khan, Ka-Ki, a Khan,
but not a con man.
Oh no! See how that's them demonizing words.
Yeah, not the new con, the old con.
That's them. Even the word demon is demonized. That's them demonizing things.
Just saying that for anyone who joins us late for some reason.
Yeah. Well, anyone, most people should know this between a con and a con. Con versus con. So I'm trying to be a con, you know, even like a regional one. So again, that might sound silly to some, but what are you doing? Why are you even out here? Like, what's your experience? What are you doing? You know, I know I have a job and I have a paycheck, but that like paycheck stuff is allocated to my own personal agendas that I've written down, and I know I have Ronin agendas. I have Ronin family agendas, specifically specific tasks too. You know what I mean? And again, some of y'all may not even grasp what that is, but that's real. I'm not out here willy-nilly. I'm not here talking about stuff for just whatever. Yeah, I like to have a laugh, but this is, you know, so I don't know what y'all are doing out here. You know what I mean? And I like, you know, what I'm talking about this whole experience. Yeah, I sit on my butt and watch pirated movies and TV shows from time to time. Yeah, it's my relaxed time, but that's my escapism. I get it, but everything else is very, very tactical. How I come online is very, very tactical, you know. How I operate.
Feel you on that, dude. That's how you got to be. There's no other way. Otherwise, you're just going through the motions and you're part of the hive mind.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think, brother?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. I think that was a good show.
Was it? Did it make any sense, man?
Start off strong. Might have ended a little slow, but definitely re-listen if you didn't catch us in the beginning. And I think it did make a lot of sense. I thought it was good.
All right. I'm trying to stay strong the whole time, man. I feel like we crush every parsec of this show, dude. Like, I think so.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I think we just continue to go from here. I'm excited for the next one.
All right, man. I'm gonna play. All right. Should I play some? I want to get us out of here, but I don't want to just do a hard out. I want to play something fun. But I have a super dark reality. This is what's going on in the realm, and it's not fun, but it is true. Or I have like a rap song I play. That's cool too. They're both cool in their own way. Which one should I play?
What was the first one? Say that one again.
It's on some tinfoil hat. Everything is. Here's all the bad shit going on. Here's
Play
all
that
the.
one.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you for having me, Ronin. Sorry, didn't mean to keep interrupting you.
I just want to share this dude's vid because we chose his vid, and when you get chosen here in the Ronin experience, it's like a really big deal, man.
Absolutely.
Subtle Infinity. Check out his Subtle Infinity. This is Subtle Infinity. This is 30 minutes, and I won't play the whole thing. A straight realm chaos. All right, Chris. Unload your spirit. What are we doing? What's going on? What do you think, bro?
I'm saying I thought we did a very informative show tonight, and I appreciate you having me on, brother. Thank you, everyone who watched tonight, and I'm looking forward to reconvening with some additional information very soon.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man. This info had me so fired up coming in tonight.
I had a good time, man. That was fun.
And I know, bro, we could go line by line on what that book was saying, and that is from, you have to, again, that's not from full on truth. That is from a bit of a hijackery. But like, we could go line by line and go, yo, look at this dot connection. Oh my gosh, just going syllable by syllable. Oh, where are they? Geography, Phoenician, geography, the land. Look at these words. Oh, look at that. Oh, snap, it connects to that. And it's like, it fudges up everything. And anyone out there, again, that's like, even in their alternative going, yeah, totally, the Akkadian and the Sanskrit and the Vedas and the different epochs in the seventh. Like, we just went over a whole bunch of this stuff, showing how all that comes from America, and it comes from not that long ago, observed incredibly recently, not 500,000 years ago. Did you know? Like, yo, lose my number. After 1,000 years, you lose my number. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't even tell me what was going on. You're talking to somebody that thinks dragons were flying around in the 1700s and
I believe it, actually. I wouldn't doubt it.
That's me. That's who you're talking to. So like, take your did you know out of here, away from me.
100%.
And we just try to share, man. Yo, man, I got no one to oppress, Chris. I'm just out here rocking, yo. And I don't care who's who. No one's better than me. No one can make me or break me. No one can make you or break you if you choose to. You know what I mean? Like, who's a decoder out here? Me. Who's the archivist? Me. Who's the chronicler? Me. Who's the real magician out here? Me. Who knows shit about anything? Me.
That's what I'm saying.
And who's listening to me? I am me. I'm talking to myself, yo. I'm the best.
Got to be your biggest fan, man.
I'm my biggest fan.
You have to be. If you can't entertain yourselves, people are going to have a lot of problems in the future if they can't do that. And let me just cryptically put that out there right now.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Solo time. This realm is noisy. And I think it's very, very noisy. Even if you're in nature, it's noisy. There's crickets, there's birds. If you're on the other side, you come through, you go, whoa, this is noisy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think being less, no, don't contribute to the noise yourself. I think is one just really basic one, like easy one, as best we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as simple as that sounds, I think that's a good, very good first start.
I agree, brother. I agree.
Don't get in people's way. Be considerate, and we're all out here trying to be zen. But you know, you have to know karate, dude. I'm working on my yard. I wiped out my whole yard. I'm starting over, and in my mind, I was like, do I want to make a quarter of it, like a Mr. Miyagi Zen spot? And then of course I'm like cut out, and then I'll do a little karate. Yeah, and there's more
Absolutely.
karate there. So I'm gonna do some karate, and I make up my own karate.
There we go.
I've seen enough movies, aka instructional manuals, in my opinion, to know how to karate and
There we
Steven
go.
Seagal. Chris, I'm just being goofy. Yeah.
All good, brother. I enjoy it.
Did you have a good time, Chris?
Always, bro. You know, always. I thought tonight actually was really informative. I thought it was a good show. And I definitely think we should continue on this topic next week.
Did we shatter the firmament realm on the minds of the dome that is around people's minds, the firm mind? Did we take a sledgehammer and crack it to where leaks of gnosis flows through and changes them forever?
I believe we did.
Yes. That's what's up, yo. All right. Share it, everyone out here. What are you talking about? We're the underground, yo.
Yeah, show some love. Show some love.
Show some love. This is like literally the best show out here. Where are you gonna get this stuff out here, man? You know what I mean? Everyone, I love you so much. Straight up. I'm out here. You allow me. I'm out here yapping. Chris is the mother effing man. What's up?
Appreciate you.
Yeah, bro. I love 2020. 2025 is so fun right now to me. I love it. Every time I turn something on, there's something crazy going on. I'm like, yo, that's wild, yo. But it's kind of over my head, so I'm okay. It's weird. All this crazy shit, but there's nothing really happening like over my head, you know? So Esme's the best. Chetty's the best. Share the shit with all your friends, especially your coworkers, and especially anyone that you're trying to impress out there. Chris,
yeah. See you guys soon.
The good news for the black man is that he is on the verge of recapturing his position as ruler of the universe. The bad news for the white man is that his long and wicked reign will shortly be over.
Good morning from beautiful Cape Town. I hope you have an amazing day.
An influencer has been left horrified after finding out that she swam in sewage. Michelle Sky
aid groups distribute it immediately. This is madness. We are running out of words to describe it, and the people in Gaza are running out of time.
Starvation in Gaza has gotten so bad that people in Egypt are filling up water bottles with baby formula and throwing it into the ocean in hopes that people in Gaza will be able to get it. More than 600,000 people in the Strip have not ate food for days. And
custody were subjected to unwanted, unnecessary Reuters and Al Jazeera have called for the urgent evacuation of their journalists and for food supplies to be let in urgently. As UN
We have plans.
We have forever recess. Children will not.
And now we will be calling up Miss Lee's motion as amended. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. No. In the opinion of the, pardon?
The ayes have it.
In the opinion of the chair, the no has it.
Recorded vote, sir.
Recorded vote is called for. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Gosar, Mr. Biggs, Miss Mace, Miss Mace votes aye. Mr. Perry, Mr. Perry votes aye. Miss Bobert, Mr. Jack,
Aye.
Mr. Jack votes aye. Miss Lee, Miss Lee votes yes. Mr. Bell,
Aye.
Mr. Bell.
That's 666. The cube has 6 sides, and this is the geometric